we're going to talk about Konami and their piece of shit selves with getting into the NFT world. The company has launched a worldwide auction for screenshots. That's right, screenshots from the Castlevania series. So here's a screenshot of the beginning.
Best offer. What is that?
Whatever these fucking tokens are, I guess.
How much is it worth, though?
$61 for this. The fact that this is $60, it's a screenshot of the beginning of the game. Stop it. Get some help. Welcome back, guys. It is episode 76 of the Blacklisted Gaming Podcast, and this is the first official recording of 2022.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Hang on. Let me look. What the fuck is... I don't know what the hell that banging was up there.
It sounded like knocking.
Yeah, like rapid knocking. Like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, so there's a lot to cover today, so we're going to jump pretty quickly into this.
Ooh, I'm about to die.
Let's front load the let's front load the topics right now. So with everything, huh?
What about backloading it?
No, you don't want to backload it because then
what's a backload? Is there a backload? Is there such a thing?
I don't know, maybe. All right, so first things first, guys. We got a handful of Battlefield news, and I know you guys love hearing about that shit.
I mean, it's better than Call of Duty news.
Facts. So Battlefield 2042 is actually let me say that again. Battlefield 5 has a larger player base now than Battlefield 2042. This is a little bit old. Probably like late last month. This was like something that was brought up, but we never really touched on it.
I think it was like the week before we did the year in review.
But we're gonna like the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're gonna go actually talk into the state of things now with Battlefield. So, mainly the subreddit and the content that they've just removed.
Mm-hmm.
So first things first with this is that subreddit. What the fuck is going on?
Can you pause?
She's making espresso.
Why is there pounding? Is she pounding the espresso?
No, she's trying to get the grounds out of the thing, and I'm like, it just sounds like someone's just like knocking excessively on the door.
Well, we just jumped to conclusions there.
Anyway, back on topic. So the Battlefield 2042 subreddit mods are threatening to shut it down due to toxicity and threats against the developers.
Yeah, I said it. I mean, there's always gonna have toxicity, but this was a little much.
Yeah, we'll dive into all the details of that. Along with that, 2042, DICE decided to go ahead and remove Rush from the playlist.
The Portal playlist, the official Portal playlist specifically.
Right, which kind of doesn't make sense because it's like Rush was always one of their top modes.
I know. It's stupid.
I guess they replaced it with something else. I don't know. We'll know more.
I haven't checked it out yet.
I haven't either. So Bioshock, if you guys were ever Bioshock fans, Bioshock was actually a really good game.
We got it on a PlayStation Plus library.
So
played it.
Bioshock creators' next game is reportedly in development hell, with a lot of people leaving the studio due to like mismanagement and all kinds of other shit.
I'm so shocked.
Mismanagement is such a shocker, right?
I'm so shocked.
It wouldn't be a fucking podcast episode without our weekly Activision update.
Hey, you guys lost your bet though. Bobby Kotick is still the CEO.
And yes, as of talking now, 2022 is here. We are a weekend, and Bobby the Cuck is still the CEO of Activision for some reason. Yeah. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get how this dude is still fucking...
I think I gave it to like what, June? Something like that? Like first half?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, I kind of figured like if at the latest it would probably be like early into the new year. I thought he would be out before the holidays were done. Or at the start of the new year, and neither has happened.
I haven't heard anything new on that.
Dude, they're holding they're holding their ground on this, which is baffling to me that they still are.
It's not. It doesn't to me, because you know why? It's the same thing with a lot of like cancel culture, take for example, but really anything in America. There's so much going on, and there's always constantly new news that if you wait it out long enough,
it goes away.
People move on. People move on to other shit.
I highly encourage all of you to not let this die.
Like,
Like
It will.
2022 is going to be the year for this podcast because I'm going to try to get this motherfucker to be as big as I possibly can by the end of the year so that we can get more eyes on and get the movements going, baby. I want Bobby Kotick to be fucking gone, guys. We got to get rid of him.
Well, if someone worse gets replaced, goes into replacement. There's always that possibility.
We'll just do it again, honestly. So the Activision news this week is Activision Blizzard is showing no sign of giving in as Raven QA strike enters its third week.
And there's also an update on that too.
What's that?
More that they did respond, but not directly to the people.
Of course, why
And
would
the
they?
people that were a part of it were like I guess they woke up to the update and because they weren't directly responded to. They woke up to like a press conference saying that they were responded to. Yeah. It's
Fucking weirdos.
PR shit.
Activision is so we're going to go talk about the hacking issue that's been rampant across the new Warzone update, which, now that
actually the hacking hasn't been rampant.
it's not from what I've been seeing and hearing.
The things
You
that
know
have been
Sergeant
rampant,
Jackson, right? He's in Regiment.
I mean, there's so many people. But.
He's like he's probably one of the bigger, he's one of the bigger streamers that we have. He's got a lot of people that watch him. He's borderline partner on Twitch right now. He put out a tweet that like every match that he was in, he was smoked by a hacker.
It's debatable. Most of the things that are going on right now are game issues, like they're glitches. They're technically a part of the game, or it's just overtly broken shit.
I have seen the TikToks and the videos and people that I know personally that have put out their TikToks of people getting melted by dudes using aimbots and wall hacks from like across the fucking map. Just
they don't last long,
the fucking
too.
Zero, the lasering. Yeah, but the fact they might not last long, but hackers are still coming back.
Yeah, but you can't. That's the thing. I mean, every game, anti-cheat or not, you're going to.
But
have
they're coming
hackers.
back at the same rate they always have. That's the issue.
I don't think so.
That's the issue. Well,
Because I've been watching. Because I watch a lot of major streamers.
Why it's still an issue because Activision is suing engine owning, and also other cheat companies are like facing lawsuits. Activision still has to go through and sue cheat companies, which I get a lot of places do this, but if they boasted on how good this anti-cheat was going to be, yet the hacking is still there, which it's going to be to a degree, but it still seems like it hasn't changed too much.
I think it has. It has changed a lot significantly because it's not just someone looking at gameplay and being like, I don't know if he's cheating. We'll ban him. It's an actual system that gets flagged, and it's kicking people like it's nothing.
I don't know. I think with these lawsuits, it shows that there's a flaw in the system somewhere.
There's always a flaw, but it has drastically improved significantly. Better than I thought it was going to.
So we're going to be jumping on a lot of NFT news today because that is going to be, honestly, I'm calling it 2022 is going to be the year of the NFT.
Yeah, it's not going away.
It was what finished off 2021 and was going into 2022. And I've never seen something implemented in the gaming industry that was so hated by the community, yet every company and publisher out there is pushing so hard to beat the community into submission of them.
I've got some good talks on this, especially after watching Devin Nash's video about it.
Is he supporting of it or no?
So he's in support of NFTs in general because as a marketer, he knows where they're going to go as things further develop.
Fucking complete bullshit.
So that's what I mean. He did talk about like the way they're being used now, especially in gaming. He's like, yeah, it is people are using it basically as scams and money grabs. But the longer things go on and more things develop, they're going to be here to stay, and they're going to have a positive impact. But right now, people are just basically abusing it.
Shocker. And people
right.
are also like exploiting or like basically using people's that are no longer with us, using their names to promote their NFTs. Bob Ross, Stan Lee.
It's Stan Lee. That's what I was thinking.
Bob Ross is another one.
I don't know one.
Funko was promoting an NFT pop of Bob Ross.
He's a veteran, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure.
So yeah, like the NFT thing isn't going.
You said Betty White was a veteran?
Yeah, I did.
I actually didn't know that. until Regiment posted it.
I mean, I knew that a long time ago. A lot of people don't realize that Betty White was a vet.
Yeah, I didn't realize it.
So
I mean, the Queen's a vet too.
Square Enix they kicked off the new year announcing their NFTs, and
Shocking.
the CEO of Square Enix put out this letter that was like very fucked up, and everyone was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Did we mention that before?
We didn't talk. No, this came out over the last week.
Okay.
Since the new year, because we recorded on New Year's Eve, which was last Friday.
Yeah.
Another NFT news: Konami, the company that's known for destroying everything good in their titles, like Metal Gear and Castlevania, it was primarily Metal Gear, and turning things into pachinko machines and shit. They've gotten heavily into the casino market over the gaming industry. Like their games are basically the games that you find at casinos, and
like mobile games almost.
And then, like, if you guys remember the game Metal Gear Survive, it was like the zombie horde mode, but it wasn't even Metal Gear. And the fuck Konami thing that happened when Hideo Kojima, the guy that created Metal Gear,
When he
he didn't leave. Like, they pushed him. They pushed him out.
Oh, okay.
And then they told him he wasn't allowed to accept his reward at the Video Game Awards.
Wow.
For the game of the year for Metal Gear. Keith or Sutherland had to fucking do it because the lawyers of Konami barred Hideo Kojima from accepting the award.
Just fuck him, apparently.
Yeah, fuck him. He only created the game. Another company which is laughable that is getting into NFTs is GameStop.
How is GameStop even still alive?
No one knows. No one knows how they've been able to just keep afloat.
Other than like the Dogecoin time era or whatever. That they're
the shit, yeah, like the fucking
the stock,
yeah. When everyone was trying to stop. Well, honestly, that whole movement highlighted a huge issue in the stock market, especially because people were like betting on shorts.
Yeah, the hedge funds and shit. I mean, people. Yeah. The system is set up that way, though. The people that reap the benefits are the ones that take the time to learn how to reap the benefits.
And well, not even just that. Like, there are multi-billion-dollar corporations that do it, and then it became a problem because everyone else started figuring it out, and like all these, your everyday average Joe started figuring out how to do it, and they were trying to make profits off of it. And when that happened, then the SEC started fucking throwing in regulations and shit, and there was a huge issue on Robinhood. Robinhood was limiting people from buying a certain amount of shares, and it was always like when the dip would happen. And they can only sell so many shares whenever it would, like, peak. And it was just market manipulation being done.
And that happened when more people, you said, are understanding it because knowledge is so much more easily accessible.
And it showed a huge problem that market manipulation is only okay if you are rich and powerful.
Yeah, essentially.
So you can only come out on top if you're not just the everyday guy. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. If you're not one of the elites, you don't get a chance.
You gotta grind your way to the top. You don't just get to do it with the knowledge.
Another hilarious thing in the NFT world is that $1.9 million worth of NFTs were stolen and resold by a hacker. Shocker.
Because NFTs right now are kind of a joke, and Devin Nash talked about it, is because it's mostly focused on like art shit, like stupid shit.
Yeah, it's stupid shit. Yeah.
But the purpose of it and where it's going to go from there is really what he was talking about more so, because he's like, fuck the art stuff like that. Yeah, that's there, and that's kind of the big thing right now, and that's why a lot of people think it's stupid. But to where it's going to go is it's going to be impactful, and it's going to have a positive outlook and be beneficial once we get past the stupid shit that we're in right now.
I don't think we'll ever get past stupid shit.
Fair. Let me rephrase that. Once we get past the overtly obvious money scams for it.
Yeah. So Pokimane, one of Twitch's top partner streamers, was banned from Twitch.
She's not contracted, though, I don't think. I think she's just partnered.
I think, yeah, I guess. I don't know, but I know that she was banned from Twitch for streaming Avatar, The Last Airbender. This
had to be like yesterday.
This is a DMCA thing. Yeah, this did happen yesterday. It literally, like, all these articles are from like at the latest 20 hours ago.
I say because I saw her online yesterday. She's the one where I got that green circle thing from.
Yeah, I did it too. Another streamer, Dr. Disrespect, his upcoming game was leaked. Because, he's
they leaked it.
Well, they leaked it. I know. It wasn't really like a leak. It was like they showed it and they're like, check this out. I would rather call it teased.
Yeah.
If they were the ones that leaked it, then it's a tease.
It's cryptically teased. It's like ARG. I can't remember what it stood for.
And then we're going to talk about another streamer who's being chastised all over the internet, and it is SS Sniper Wolf. SS Sniper Wolf is a streamer. I don't know what game she plays.
I have no idea.
But she blew off one of her so-called biggest fans, who was a dying 10-year-old who was dying of cancer. And I guess you could say, like, well, that could be anything. Like, maybe they're just, they just got lost and they're just taking it the wrong way. No, Sniper Wolf actually reached out to the mother and was like making her believe that she was coordinating a time, and then every time that time would come around, she just would ghost her. And then the mom would like, hey, what happened to this? Oh, sorry, something came up, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she's posting all over social media of her partying and doing whatever the fuck else.
I'm interested. These are the type of stories where it's like, you got to know more.
Yeah, there's more to it. I've seen a TikTok about it where like they were, he was like saying, he brought up the Sniper Wolf thing, and then he said a buddy of his said, yo, that chick is a piece of shit. Like they were saying that she's not a good person. She's never been known to be one. She's kind of like, she's notorious for just saying, fuck the fans. I'll just do what I want to do. So, anyway, let's get into this, guys.
Oh, wait, no, we got some Regiment news?
No, we do have Regiment news. You're right. Go on.
You told me to bring the Regiment news, and you're just going to walk right past it. So, we don't have a whole lot since the last time we talked about stuff, but, so 2 weeks from January 4th, right, what's today? The 8th, so 4 less days. We're giving away a $2,500 PC. And I think that might have been the one that had the chat going fucking crazy that day.
Yeah, and I still don't know what the rules are for the giveaway.
Yep, no, I have no idea.
I
just
know there's a giveaway coming. I don't know.
The announcement just said to a verified member. So basically, they got to be military or veteran. So
what are they doing? They're just gonna like randomly pick a fucking verified.
It's a great question. That's what it sounds like, but I have no.
Did any of you guys? I can't wait for staff meetings so I can ask. Is there going to be any rules to this?
I have no.
Like, what are the conditions? Like, what do people have to do to enter into the giveaway?
I don't even think it's been discussed yet.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Speaking of giveaways, we are going to be doing a giveaway
at
some point. That's going to be like one of the top goals before the end of the month is that I'm going to give away. Haven't decided of what the giveaway will be yet, or how we're going to do it. But I do plan on doing a giveaway. So keep your eyes out for that. I'll make an announcement on the Discord. If you're not following the Discord, the link for the Discord will be in the description. So please follow this channel. And
like the video.
And then go down to the description and look for our Discord link. And if it doesn't work, message me personally, because there's not very many of you that are, that are watching these. Even though there's a good chunk.
False.
Well, there's a good chunk of people that watch it, but the engagement when it comes to it isn't really there. I get people just consume it more than anything. But join our Discord and keep an eye out for the announcement for the giveaway. Continue.
Thank you. As of today, so I checked today, we have surpassed the $1,000 goal of raising money for Gamers Outreach. And
that was surpassed even
yesterday. It was very quickly that we surpassed it, honestly. So Gamers Outreach Foundation, we have raised $1,485 for it.
Wait, I thought it was way more than that.
That's what the Tiltify had. I checked the Tiltify link.
Well, okay, so I was looking at what Chris posted.
What did Chris post?
It was like 3,500.
Then there must be another method that we have going on, or people took the Tiltify and had their own for it too.
They very well could be. Yeah.
So this might have just been his specifically. So at least on the one that was in the announcements that I checked, we had almost 1,500.
So maybe Regiment as just Regiment versus individual creators.
Yeah,
okay.
Because you can branch off. Because IW has that one too, where we have the main one and it kind of like feeds into the same account, but not to like the very end.
Yeah, got you.
But Gamers Outreach, they provide gaming equipment for kids in hospitals so they can, play games while they're there, because a lot of kids kind of lose friends. They get lonely while they're there. And it gives them something to be able to pass their time there, and also interact with people, even though it's on an online basis. still gets them that. So they're not alone, essentially.
Gotcha.
So Regiment's still looking for people to be the Regiment representative for different Reverend Warriors hikes around the country for 2022. There's a lot of hikes around the country, guys. If you want to find the application, go to the announcement section in the Discord server, and it's on the announcement from the 23rd.
I wonder who the hell the Milwaukee one's going to be.
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. And that tournament, Valorant tournament in Vegas, we got third.
Was it overall?
Yeah, we got third.
I was watching that, and I was keeping.
I didn't
an
get
eye
to watch it. Was it good?
Yeah, dude. It was at first it looked like that Regiment that stack. Who were we under? Regiment or Stack Up?
I can't remember. I think
because they kept saying Stack Up, but everyone was wearing Regiment jerseys, and I'm like, I don't know.
That might have been. They might have been like the main.
So
team.
Our guys were getting in that last match against 1,000 Dreams. They were getting blown out. It was like I want to say it was 9-3.
Wow.
And then they came back and they tied it 10-10, and then they lost the last 3.
That's crazy. Yeah. I heard it was good. People were talking about it.
It was a fucking nail biter because that comeback that they did was like insane. Like it was just like, dude. And but people were. I saw in the chat some people were like, something looks sus here against 1,000 Dreams. I'm like, no.
You're always gonna have people like that in a tournament.
There wasn't much. It got nipped in the bud pretty quick. I pointed out, I was like, listen, guys, these people that they're playing against are pro Valorant players, and pro players are pro for a reason. They literally do just this.
Yes, I can understand people always being sus when it's like the Warzone tournaments that they have, where it's like private parties and shit. But this was a LAN tournament. Like they were in person.
Right. There's cheating on a LAN tournament is damn near impossible.
Pretty much is almost.
You could do it, but you will get caught real fast.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get away. It is almost impossible to get away with it.
Because it's not. I don't even think it's your systems.
It's not your system.
You just log in. The only thing that's allowed is using like scuff controllers and shit like that. Because
it's like I think it's your own like hardware is like with mouse, keyboard, and like your own controller. When it comes to things like that, you can't bring anything else other than that. Like it's all running on their stuff. Like their servers are running it. You're on their. You're literally linked up to them. Whoever's running the LAN tournament. So if anyone's cheating, it would be directly from whoever was hosting it.
Usually.
And that would not happen,
because those are the tournaments that truly show the professionals. Because you've got to be a delusional fuck to be like, oh, they were cheating, and it's an in-person LAN tournament event. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially when you have judges walking around looking at your monitors at all times.
And everyone's like, they've got the gameplay. I remember watching COD a few years ago, and the commentators, the spectators, had this special view where they could see like the other player's shadows like through the wall.
I
so
saw
they
that.
Could
That
see
was
where
that was the
is.
same as this.
Is it? Yeah. But the players, like even the spectator players, they don't have that, which is interesting.
I was wondering how that worked too, because I was like,
to this day, I have no fucking clue.
I was watching that. I'm like, oh, we could see where everybody is.
Yes.
But they can't see.
So for commentating purposes.
And for like just so that we know, like we can watch the play and everything and see how the play works out, and like it paints a clearer picture of like how the game is run, like how the plays are going for the audience. But the actual players don't see that.
Yeah, and I don't even know how. Because like in the game, that's never really been an option.
That's got to be
as far as I know.
No, it's got to be something from the host. It's got to be an ability where like the host that spectates. It's got to be like a spectator mode that they go into.
It might be something specific for like the games, like the game company, because it's a sanctioned event that they develop a special spectator mode.
They
for.
have to.
I don't know.
It's like a kind of like a LAN tournament host like edition that they put on there that only the host can see those things.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys know, comment in the video below because we would love to fucking know.
I'm curious how that shit works too, because I've seen it before and I never understood how it worked. But
definitely let us know.
But the people that were thinking that like, oh man, that we could have easily beat them. Like honestly, if you think about it,
we got third.
We got our guys. I mean, I guess you could say they're pro level. But I don't know if there are any of them who are officially professional.
I don't think so.
But our guys went toe to toe with actual pros.
Who were up there? Who was in it?
I don't know. I don't know all their names.
I was trying to look it up, and I wasn't digging.
But I
as
know
deep as I
that
needed
the
to.
teams that our guys went up against, they were our Valorant professional players. Like that's what they do.
Which one? Valorant, is that the third person one?
No, it's first person. It's almost like Overwatch. It
What-
looks a lot like Overwatch.
What's the one I'm thinking of?
I tried playing it and I was like, dude, fuck this game. This is Overwatch. I don't
What's the one I'm thinking of?
the third person one.
Yeah, it
You're
was super
thinking
popular.
you're thinking of shit. I know which one you're talking about,
Yeah,
but
it's gonna bug me. I'll think of it while we're doing an episode.
I can't remember the name of it.
Or doing a topic. I'll think of it.
I've actually brought it up before. I think I said it in the last episode. I can't remember the fucking name.
You did, because I remember you because I had said it. I had asked about it again.
Yeah, it
I
was
always mix the two of them up.
Yeah, it's easy to mix them up because they're both kind of cartoony and because they're hero shooters.
They came out at the same time too.
But the point I was trying to get is that like our guys went up against professional players, went toe to toe with them, and still placed third.
It's pretty badass.
That in itself says something.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
all it takes is like a little like more practice because I don't think these guys had more than a few months to get ready for this. They only started looking for players for it like 3 months ago.
Oh yeah, that wasn't very long. Yeah,
So
'cause I remember they announced the announcement for it and shit.
right. So maybe these guys have played Valorant tournaments before and have won Valorant tournaments before, and they're good players, which they are. But when it comes to like playing as a team, they really only had like a few months to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And these other teams have been playing with each other for the last year that the game's been out.
See, I think that's gonna be where Regiment, like super good players, are gonna strive better than most other teams, because you gotta think military guys,
Teamwork's easy.
yeah, and communication. We tend to all communicate roughly the same way and in very simplified terms. Like when I play with not Air Force guys because they don't really count, but if I play with Army guys, other corpsmen, Marines, and it's just like a shooter game, everyone naturally just like when someone's reloading, hey bro, I'm reloading, corner left, hallway right, like
Or cardinal direction, east, west,
yeah,
or whatever.
like all the
number
simple
is.
shit that we just naturally know, and we say everything that we're doing without really thinking about it or practicing it. So
Yeah.
the natural communication's already there. And then when you play with them as a team and you get like their play styles down and work that out, dude, veteran teams can have a huge impact.
You mean advantage? Huge advantage?
Well, yeah, but impact on the industry.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, so let's actually talk to our first topic now.
We're talking to the first topic?
We're talking about. We're going into.
What's going on, first topic?
Let's talk into the first topic. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So,
That's what she said.
all right. So now there are more players playing.
Can you turn a little bit?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yep, that works.
So now there are now more players in Battlefield 5 than Battlefield 2042.
Create
This is on
tomorrow
Steam.
together.
So Battlefield 2042 has passed a major milestone today. Over the past 24 hours, more players were on 2018's Battlefield 5 on Steam than were on on the brand new Battlefield 2042. And you could probably attribute to lower numbers on console, honestly. The news comes courtesy
Because
of...
it wasn't crossplay. I fucking hate that it's always just
I know.
PC numbers. Like, I want console numbers.
This news comes courtesy of reporter Tom Henderson, who noted that StreamCharts.com reported SteamCharts.com reported Battlefield 5 had a 24-hour peak player count of 23,000 people, while 2042 had just over 19. This is a significant drop for 2042, which had as many as 48,000 players a little as a week ago. That's a massive drop.
See, I think it's fucking... I hate this comparison because,
It's a comparison.
the people... All the same people that were talking the same shit about Battlefield 5 are now playing Battlefield 5. I'm like, oh, just for fucking get everything that you talked about the game before? Now it's amazing? Fuck out of here.
Well, so Battlefield 2042 had a rough launch back in November, and things have only marginally improved since then. The game has launched with disastrous bugs and have sucked up much of DICE's resources that might have been devoted to future content development. Balance and gun feel also arrived broken, which DICE also made a priority to correct. Meanwhile, many features that Battlefield fans have come to consider essential, like a scoreboard and voice chat, were missing at launch because EA thought they were legacy features.
Sadly, facts.
Yeah, this is insane.
And also, you got to take into account these games are incredibly discounted.
Yeah,
Like, they're,
apparently the
half
word
price
is
almost.
that on Battlefield 2042 is now free on Xbox Game Pass.
No, I'm talking about 5. Like 5 and 1
Oh yeah,
that people have been going to. They're heavily discounted, and they have been for a while.
well, I mean, 2042 is also heavily discounted now.
Well, currently, it fluctuates. It goes up and down for that one, and that's all. And especially because of holidays. But Battlefield 1 and 1 is like $10, and that's for full premium pass and everything at this point.
That's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a 6-year-old game now.
Yeah. So, and then there was the cosmetics backlash. A data mine found several holiday-themed cosmetics, including the Santa outfit for Boris, that seemed to shatter Battlefield's gritty and realistic aesthetic. True. Many accused EA of trying to follow the Fortnite's wacky cosmetic monetization strategy until the backlash caused it to rethink those plans. I would consider it more towards Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, I think Fortnite started it more.
They did.
Didn't we talk about the new person in charge was like, yeah, we're not going to fucking focus on stupid shit like that?
No, they originally were going to, and then the backlash, they said, we need to focus on fixing the game right now.
But the new person in charge, though, I think he came from Halo?
No, he came from Call of Duty and Halo. That you're thinking of the narrative-driven writer. There's different guys doing different things, and you're thinking
Because this was very recent.
The Halo dev is he's going to be the narrative. He's going to be the narrative director.
Okay, because one of them said they're like, yeah, we're not gonna focus on stupid shit like that.
Yeah, well, no, because his focus is narrative.
Okay,
So story.
Titles. I don't know.
Just recently, fans have discovered that the game's first new map will be massive, open, and empty.
That's broad.
Further compounding complaints that too many of Battlefield 2042's maps are dominated by vehicles and snipers.
True.
It honestly seems that DICE has been doing some damage control since day one on Battlefield 2042, and players have finally had enough. There's a good chance that many of them will return after 2042 as a chance to clear out the bugs and add some noteworthy content, which, by the way, won't be out till March.
They've got to move that shit up.
They're not going to move that up.
They need to.
They're focused too much right now on fixing it, and then they're going to roll.
That's that's probably why it's March if you think about it now.
And add some notework. But until then, it looks like Battlefield fans are perfectly happy to play older game while they wait. And that is facts, because I haven't been playing, but like I jumped back to Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1 because 2042, it just does not fucking grab me, man. It's tough. It sucks because I went into 2040. I left Call of Duty and really started the groundwork of my direction as a Battlefield creator. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go variety until Battlefield comes out, and then I'm just going to play nothing but Battlefield and focus solely on Battlefield. And then I played it, and I was like, I can't do this. No fucking way I can do this. I would be just as fucking frustrated as I was with Call of Duty. No way.
I don't enjoy it nearly as much as like some of the other titles, but I enjoy it way better than fucking 5. I still won't play 5. Like I think it's hilarious that I know some of the same people.
I don't mind 5.
That I fucking despise this so much.
What are your reasons of why you hate it?
The color palette for one is fucking abysmal. Like
Too
you
bright.
just blend in to everything, and the bush Wookiees are ridiculous in 5 because of the blending in is like you're just a bush at that point, regardless of what
Isn't that kind
character
of a
you
point?
are. No. And then none of the stuff.
Man, if you think that's bad, you
None
would
of the
hate,
stuff that
like,
so like
Tarkov
all
and
the
shit.
all the shrubbery, it never moved. So it would rustle like, but it wouldn't move. So you would walk into a bush, the leaves wouldn't move or anything, and you would just be in the bush. They wouldn't like mat down, nothing. So you're just walking through this fucking corn maze trying to find somebody. I hated it so fucking much. The maps were dog shit. Like, we want to say that 4 has wide open spaces, other than the desert map, which I'll agree. It's just wide open spaces. Wide open spaces.
Are you talking about Battlefield 4?
No, 5. No, 2042.
No.
24. The desert map, I'll give you. Garbage. I like some of the points, but the overall map, the desert is just ridiculous. But Hamada, for example, is literally the whole map is nothing but a desert, and there's nothing there. There's one small area that has like that little castle. That's fucking it.
Everything else is what you're just running and hoping no plane or something takes you out.
I cannot stand it. There's no balance in 5. Some maps, it's all infantry, and you just forget about that there's even planes or tanks. Some maps are all tanks. If you're not in a tank, you're just running across nothing and hoping you don't get killed by a tank. And I guess there's planes on that map too, but if you're not in a tank, you're going to fucking die. Some other maps are pretty much all planes. You've always got to look for planes.
I like Battlefield 1's designs.
I loved Battlefield 1's designs.
Their map designs were pretty good.
And they were balanced. Almost every map had balance. You always had to watch out for planes, tanks, and ground troops. Except for the ones that didn't have planes.
Yeah.
Like the forest one, Argonne Forest, because they didn't have planes or vehicles. It was just all infantry.
It was all infantry.
But
I want to say the one with the there's no planes in the
underground one.
No, not the underground one. When you're in the city, what was that name? What was that one?
Oh yeah, there's no planes in that one. But the tanks.
There's tanks, yeah.
But like you always had to be on the lookout for that. It was well balanced. But the only time you couldn't really take them out is if they were fucking camping on top of like Jesus Hill or some shit on that one map. But I fucking hated 5 so goddamn much that I stopped playing after like 2 months. Like I was like, I don't
bad,
know this. I couldn't stand it. And I haven't really played it since last year. Like I played a couple times. I'm like, no, I can't.
Well then, let's go into toxicity.
But my thing is, the same people that were talking shit about 5 are now going back to 5.
Well,
and they're like, oh, it's just so much better.
I said this to you in the text. The only reason they're going back to 5 is because they played 2042 and it's worse. So they go back to like when you have a turd and then you drop out another turd that smells worse, is worse in every different way, you kind of start thinking back and go, you know, the other turd wasn't so bad. I guess I'll go back to that because it's the most recent.
I'm not that guy. I won't.
I mean, you personally are not that guy, but majority of the community is.
And I go back to what most people are hypocritical as fuck.
It was the same thing with Battlefield 1. People hated Battlefield 1, and then 5 came out, and they all went back to Battlefield 1.
That's not true, because I still played 1.
Yeah, you liked 1. Like the
I
people
enjoyed 1.
I'm saying the people that didn't like 1, they went into 5 and hated 5 even more, so they went back to 1.
But
that is the same
you're saying
thing.
they hated 1 and they went into 5.
They thought
they thought
the same thing you think about Battlefield 1. And then when they went into Battlefield 5, saw how bad Battlefield 5 was, and immediately thought, you know what, Battlefield 1's not that bad, I guess. And
they're not special, same premise. Hypocritical as fuck.
It's not hypocritical. You can hate something and then start playing something that you were hopeful to, like you're hyped up and hopeful to that it would be better, and then find out it's significantly worse, to the point where it's like, you know, honestly, you could change your mind. You could change your opinion where, like, you know what, honestly, 1 wasn't that bad. And then they go back to 1.
Most of the things that people
I thought the same thing
1,
about 5. I hated 5. And then I jumped back into 5, you know, like well before 2042 came out. And I was like, well, 5 is okay. It's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
What most people hated about 1 is that it felt more casual than previous titles.
Yeah, it did.
That was what turned
battle packs were
people off.
Insanely grindy.
I don't remember.
Battle packs in Battlefield 1 are insanely grindy, whereas 4, it's like
they didn't
hand
do
out
anything.
battle packs like they're fucking candy.
They didn't do anything though.
They give you they unlocked attachments. So like you want to unlock attachments for guns, like you got
not in 1.
Battlefield 4. That's what I'm getting back to. So Battlefield 4, like they handed battle packs out like candy.
Okay.
So like every time you ranked up, battle pack. Anytime you ranked up a weapon, several battle packs. Now it's several. So like you unlock the attachments for that weapon and all the other features of that weapon, which by the way, Battlefield 4 has a fuck ton of that stuff. You have a ton of guns, ton of attachments, tons of everything. And I don't know, 2042 is dog shit. So anyway, let's go back to the subreddit issue. So 2042 subreddit mods threaten to shut it down due to toxicity.
And it's our Twitter too. One of the guys deleted a bunch of tweets.
Really?
Which it wasn't even, his tweet wasn't bad. People just are fucking ridiculous on the internet.
That's the case all the time, isn't it? So Battlefield 2042 wasn't quite the hurricane and promotional material led to us believe. Games rivaled blah, 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 blah. Considering these factors, the player base is less than happy with the current state of the game, and they're letting the devs know. Unfortunately, some of this criticism has gotten out of hand, leading to the moderators of the Battlefield 2042 subreddit to put forth an ultimatum. Over this past few days, we have seen insults, harassment, and vile comments directed towards members of the community and DICE employees. Said a post by one of the mods. We are making this statement to give you fair warning that we will not tolerate this anymore. We're letting you know that your options are in regards to how this subreddit functions in coming days.
I mean, I'm all for criticism and like posting what you think should be changed.
But harassment is not constructive.
Yeah, but once you start doing that shit, like mudslinging and then also the death threats.
Unless you're harassing the fucking executives at Activision, the harassment is not constructive.
Like it's just out of hand.
So the post goes to illustrate how the subreddit has developed into a place where any form of discussion is met with personal attacks and insults towards dev team. It has not only made the subreddit a highly toxic place, but also goes against Reddit's policies, putting the subreddit at risk of being banned entirely. Members were given the three options by the mods. 1, if toxicity goes down, we will leave the subreddit open without further restrictions. Meaning, like if the toxicity like goes down, like
it'll stay the same. Yeah.
So if toxicity stays at current levels, we will begin locking threads early on a majority of posts. If toxicity increases, we will lock down the subreddit for a period of time. While the mods have admitted that the latter two options do seem nuclear, a major part of the community isn't having any of it. A number of comments on the thread have snapped back, implying that this is what DICE deserves for putting out a game in its current condition.
That's a little ridiculous.
It is. Shut it down, said one comment. Maybe that will get a message through to DICE about how the Battlefield community feels about their games. It's clear that the community isn't backing down, going as far as saying the developer has resorted to deceptive snake oil marketing, false advertising. I agree with that.
I don't agree.
I agree with the marketing for 2042 had everyone thinking one thing, and then they gave you something else, and they did the same thing with 5. I mean, no, the marketing for 5 was pretty bad.
Let me tell you the caveat. What was I saying? I'm saying they're blaming the wrong people.
They are blaming the wrong people. They are,
because the devs are the passionate ones.
Honestly, the only reason why Battlefield turned out to be what it was is because of EA.
Exactly.
Because there was
the publisher. It's always the fucking publisher.
We talked about this, like how there was concepts of what Battlefield 2042 was supposed to be.
Yeah. Including
a concept trailer. And then like concept art for all the operators and stuff. There was no operator system that there is now.
And devs that leave these companies, I've seen it from Activision, from EA.
They leave because they see that the creativeness that they want to bring into the game and to making the game what people want is being shut down by publishers that just want money.
Yeah, and they talk about that. They're like, we pushed what you guys were saying. We didn't want to do this shit, but our hands are tied, and they tell us, fucking do it. They get unrealistic time slots to do shit. Unrealistic. What are you doing? What are you looking at?
Alicia's just standing in the dark.
Creeper. Anyways,
she's my hot date tonight. We're going out to dinner. We're gonna go to a nice steakhouse.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Oh, y'all so cute.
What'd you say? Huh? What? I say it again.
I don't know.
I didn't have I had my headset on. I couldn't hear.
Anyways, they get unrealistic time expectations, unrealistic jobs to do for it in that time expectation, and they're like told, fucking figure it out.
Exactly.
And then they're like, put it out. This is the game now. And then they're like, why is our game broken? What the fuck did you guys do? Fix it.
And then the worst part is publishers will often blame the developer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then everyone else goes to the developers and like, you guys are fucking dog shit.
And the worst
you should
part
kill
is
yourself.
The devs don't even say anything because they're in fear of losing their job.
Yeah, and they're also not really allowed to. They're not even allowed to. They're not even allowed to talk about how much they truly want to change the game and they want to listen to the community because the publishers
they don't talk about it until after they leave.
Have the tape over their fucking mouth, and they're like, say anything, we'll fucking kill you. We'll fucking fire you. We'll fucking fire you.
He places the lotion in the basket.
Say one fucking word and we'll kill you.
Say one more word, we'll fucking kidding.
Like, that's what it seems like. And then the people are like, yeah, fuck these devs. No, blame the right people, if anything.
Yes.
The devs are the nerds just like us.
They are passionate, and they really are. No dev wants to make a bad game. It's just the publisher that wants to make a bad game because the publishers don't give a fuck. They just want to make money. That's all it is. They want to make money. It's all about fucking money. They can't have a lot of money. They have to have all the money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, you can make, like Activision is a good example. We made almost $10 billion off of Warzone alone this last year.
Because the store never fucking doesn't
that
work.
That wasn't enough. We kind of want to make 15 billion. It's like, why do you need more? I'll never understand this. And even Nelson's brought it up. Like, why do these people want more? Like, what more could you want? What more could you need? You have it. You have more than anybody in the world, the majority of the people in the world even fucking could think about.
It's the concept of power.
And it's just like,
never ending.
Dude, if I was a billionaire, I'd be like, that's it. I'm good. I don't need more. And it's just like, maybe I want to keep a bit of a steady flow and not have to try to make more than that. Like, I'd be happy with, like, oh, you mean to tell me that I'm making $1 billion a year? Cool. I'm cool with making $1 billion a year. I don't need more than that. If that means we got to spend a little bit more money to make something better before we put it out, cool. I'm good with that.
People don't realize that when they change their business, like the companies that are so far ahead of others, and they change their business practices early to a more positive light, they end up making way more money and they're way more successful. When you train, like, there's a philosophy that says, when we train our people, we got to train them well. Like, what if they leave? Or we train our people well enough so if they leave, they're still skilled. Like, yeah, what if they leave? Yeah, well, we treat them well enough so they don't.
Exactly. We train them well enough that like when they leave, they have the skills, but like we don't treat them well enough to make them want to stay.
Yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks. And the gaming industry is I've told Bionic's been wanting to get into game development. I told him don't do it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because like the dream job before, and it's fucking, Grandma's Boy.
Yes, I heard you guys talking about that.
It was Grandma's Boy is a lot like how it really is. You got the weird slimy guy at the top of the publisher that wants to make a shitty game, but the developer who's like, he's passionate about what he's doing, wants to make something good, but they won't let him.
Well, I would say if you're gonna do it, just stay with indie companies.
Yeah,
don't do like the major.
Or
companies.
like there are some AAA companies out there that do well. Like look at Santa Monica Studios.
Well, when they're the developer and the publisher, that's different to me.
Yeah,
when they're the same thing, that's cool.
And they don't spread themselves too thin by making a bunch of different titles.
Yeah,
they focus on one.
Because they're the one that do
God of War.
Yeah, and they get revered for it because everyone talks about the insane amount of quality and shit that their game is.
They make good games.
Like
crazy,
they're passionate about it,
and the crazier part, like back before like Cyberpunk, but CD Projekt Red made good games, and they literally were able to ride on the heels of Witcher 3 until fucking Cyberpunk came out.
Mm-hmm. And that was
Witcher 3 came out in like what 2014?
I don't know,
and they were able to just live off the success of that, even well into going into like when the Witcher series came out on Netflix.
Because they wrote off it was the fault of the investors. That's right.
Yeah.
They told them to push it out, put it out.
There was a lot more to it than that. But.
Yeah, but they're like the ones that are truly at fault.
So this is the last Battlefield topic before we just finally get rid of it.
Okay. For this episode,
yeah. 2042's Rush mode was removed, but it's still playable on another form.
Well,
the fan favorite mode is no longer playable for 2042, but it's available in Bad Company 2 within Portal.
Wait, is it an official server, though?
I don't know. Battlefield 2042 no longer has a fan favorite Rush mode, as DICE has pulled the mode from the featured playlist in the military shooter Portal mode. DICE has always said Rush would only be in the game temporarily, and the studio extended its duration before it was finally removed. Some portion of the audience is upset about Rush's removal and hopes to see it return. After all, Rush is the staple of Battlefield series and is much loved, which but as of yet, DICE has not said when or if it will return to the Battlefield 2042.
I hope they put it in front lines.
Rush isn't gone completely, however, as the mode remains available in the portal in the form of Battlefield Bad Company 2 Rush for that game specifically. Community manager Kevin Johnson reminds fans.
So it sounds like it is an official game mode, but just for that game.
EA Communications Director Andy McNamara recently tweeted out the response to 2042 over the holidays, urging fans to understand that the team needed a break. The tweets have since been deleted, but not before being captured and shared online. Love you guys, but these expectations are brutal. The things you want take time to scope, design, and execute, he said. McNamara followed up by apologizing for the earlier tweet saying his message wasn't clear.
And that's what I mean. Like
what
is in
I don't
quotations.
know what's not.
What he said, love you guys, but the expectations are brutal. That's what he had to delete because people were being fucking insane.
I mean, yeah. So EA DICE finally responds to the Backlash. Yeah. Battlefield 2042 is a live service game. We already know what this. We don't need an explanation. GameSpot.
Every article does this. I don't know.
I know.
But what's really?
What? There's nothing else. There's no further.
I was looking at the very bottom of the article.
I mean, I guess that's not really too much of a crazy thing to talk about, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you I got my like we're squirreling off here for a second, but I got my blood work back.
We've never squirreled off. What are you talking about?
So like I went to the VA, got blood work done. And,
you got AIDS?
No. So what I do have is I have high cholesterol. So my LDLs are at 142. High cholesterol burger. But
heavy breathing.
But also I have hypothyroidism.
Hypo.
Yes.
Your thyroid sucks.
My thyroid is not working as much as it should.
Barely at all.
Which they believe is the cause of the high cholesterol because that
Makes
is
sense. Yeah.
so. And
hypothyroidism is usually fat people.
But it's actually a genetic thing.
No. I'm saying it causes fat people.
Yes.
One of the one of the reasons to not So this is one of the reasons if someone's fat and they have hypothyroidism, that's one of the reasons that I'm like, it's not your fault to an extent.
So like me gaining the weight that I've gained, it's not my
your fault. Yeah.
It runs in the family too.
Medical issue.
I don't know. I wonder if it's just starting to happen because none of my blood work that I've ever done before this has ever spotted this.
Have you always been like a bigger guy?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, never like extremely overweight. Like when I was in Italy, like I was around 180, 190. And then when I started like lifting a lot, I was like 205, 210.
So the reason it never came up was because you were in the military and you were actively always working out and you were doing shit, so it wouldn't detect it.
Well, even now that I'm out, like I'm still 215.
But you're not nearly as active as you were when you're active duty because you're not required to be.
No, but I mean, if honestly, in all things considered, if I've had hypothyroidism this whole time, I'm actually not that bad compared to what I could have been. Because my dad has it and his eyes bulge out of his fucking skull. But it also leads to puffy face. So you see why I have these hooded eyes and shit? That's from my thyroid. So they're sending me... I also have a vitamin D deficiency, which is apparently very common for people that live in the Midwest.
Yeah. Like my whole command is on vitamin D supplements.
Essentially that, but that was it. That's all I found.
Because I'm on vitamin D supplements.
So yeah, I'm being sent vitamin D supplements. I'm also being sent the hormone for my thyroid.
It's estrogen.
And it's not estrogen, bitch. But it does explain the massive fatigue that I feel throughout every day. White blood cell count was normal.
No COVID. Hey.
Yeah, no COVID. They did a pancreatic cancer screening, which came back good.
You don't even know where your pancreas is.
No, I don't. What else did they say? My good cholesterol is good. My bad cholesterol is not.
That's such a redundant statement.
Because my good cholesterol levels are good. My bad cholesterol levels are not good. Because your body has to have both.
I know.
So, but yeah, I mean,
and just the
I
sounded.
asked them, I'm like, what should it be? They said just under 100. I'm like, so I'm 142. So I'm not. I guess that's not too terrible, right?
It's been a long time since I've done lab stuff.
So. What else did they check? Diabetes. They said I'm good on not having diabetes. They said my My blood sugar levels are great. I'm not pre-diabetic or anything close to it. So everything came back good except for the thyroid shit. So they want to do an ultrasound of my thyroid. And
Well, one of the reasons you're probably not as bad as you could be is because you try to stay relatively active
and not eat like a dumpster all the time.
But like you mentioned that you've gained a little bit of weight now, but that's also because you're not as active as you were required to be in the military. Which natural. Nobody wants to fucking do that shit, and rarely people do that stuff. But you might have gained a little bit more than what you would have if you didn't have hypothyroidism.
Yeah, well, before I met Alicia, I was getting in good shape. I was burning fat, getting muscle.
Well, yeah, because you're trying to get back in the dating game, of course.
Yeah, so
it's different.
We're
it's
gonna go
weight.
once I get on this stuff. I mean, like my she has the same thing. She's gonna be on the similar medication that I'm gonna be on, and
it's comfort weight.
And she said that like the biggest issue of why I haven't been really going to the gym like I used to is I just don't have the energy. I'm just too tired. I'm tired all the time. My sleeping sucks. I feel like extreme fatigue throughout every single day.
You have sleep apnea?
I think I'm getting a sleep study. I'm scheduling one.
That'll be a big part of it. If you do, then that'll be a good reasoning for the energy levels.
Well, the hypothyroidism is another one too. Like the energy level, like, do you wake up super exhausted? I'm like, yeah, I'm exhausted throughout the day, every day. Like I have no energy to do anything. I'm just tired. Like energy drinks don't do shit. Like they don't do anything for me.
I mean, energy drinks don't do anything for me either. But
well, you're probably just tolerant. But
I'm ADHD,
for me,
so
for me, like. I'm like, so that might explain why energy drinks don't affect me. Like, they don't do anything. They're there. It's sterile, and I like the taste, essentially. But yeah, so hopefully I can get on track with health. Hopefully I can feel better. I was really hoping to get my medication in the mail today.
That shit takes forever.
Does it really?
Usually.
How long?
Where'd you get it from? I get hospital?
No, Kenosha, VA. Right there next to my house.
Oh, then I don't know.
It like literally the clinic is, you turn the corner there. You know where Shenanigans is, the one that's right there.
I'm gonna pistol whip the next person that says Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Oh,
so you know that bar that's like right there at the corner.
Yeah,
it's that building across the street.
Is it a clinic or a hospital?
It's an actual clinic. Like they have.
It's part of my hospital.
Huh?
It's a part of my hospital.
What, the Kenosha one? It's the not James Lovett. It's
James A.
Level, whatever the fuck, I don't know.
FHCC?
I don't know. All I know is that it's like there's an actual doctor's office. They have radiology, cardio, like all that shit.
I think we call it a CBOC.
Yeah, that's what it's called, CBOC.
Yeah, it's part of my hospital.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. So anyway, let's get to Bioshock, guys.
Now that we passed our medical portion.
Yeah.
If you're wondering if Brock's dying, now you know.
No, it just explains a lot of my issues.
Explains his bitchness.
Yeah, it does cause mood swings, for real. All right, so Bioshock creator Ken Levine's next game is reportedly in development hell. We'll be lucky if the Untitled project is released in 2 years' time. 8 years have passed since the development of Bioshock's creator Kevin Levine's new game began. But, unfortunately, it appears like fans will not be seeing any results of anytime soon. This years-long delay of the game has had its original expected release set from autumn 2017, is according to several Ghost Story Games employees to be blamed on the studio's creative director and co-founder Levine.
So it was supposed to be released 4 years ago.
Yes. And we'll be lucky to see it in the next couple years. You know, COVID. So the news based on the employees' testimonies, most of whom requested to remain anonymous for the fear of backlash, was explored in detail by Bloomberg. Jason Schreier, gotta love him. The employees of the small studio, previously branded as Irrational Games, depict Levine as a poor leader who fails to appropriately convey his ideas.
Is he part of Bloomberg, or is he just that's where he originated from?
Jason Schreier?
Yeah.
Jason Schreier was originally with Kotaku.
Oh, okay.
And when he left, Kotaku became what it is now.
Ah, gotcha.
He was like their only reliable
slam
journalist.
Pieces.
He never did a slam piece.
No,
not one time.
That's what
He left to go to Bloomberg.
That's just what they are now. Is what I'm saying.
So not only that, but it seems like Levine was so complicated to communicate with. Sorry, the light's reflecting off the word. To communicate with, the coworker even started referring to the process as conception. A joke from originates from Christopher Nolan's 2010 notoriously complex film,
Inception.
Thank you.
I'm just, for the people that wouldn't have gotten it.
The video game company Take-Two Interactive previously gave Levine full creative reign over the project thanks to his success in the past with games like Bioshock and his 2013 successor, Bioshock Infinite. Their previously high productive partnership went back more than a decade, so it was no surprise that Levine was given full autonomy for his new project. Apparently, Levine took this opportunity to decide he wanted a game as ambitious as Bioshock, and he briefly described the premise of being something like a narrative Lego. Oh, I thought it said narrative of Lego. A game in which the player has complete unique experience. However, some of those who worked personally with the game developer made it clear that his ambitions are not compatible with his lack of oversight. Mind you that one of Levine's games that took the longest to complete was Bioshock, and even the steampunk first-person action-adventure video game took only 5 years to be finished. Oh, it was gum. In spite of 8 years having gone by, 4 more than was originally planned for the game's release, Take-Two still has not been vocal about the issue or even announced that there is an issue to begin with. Arguably, which doesn't shock me.
I just think of that little scene from Adult Swim of the dude just sitting at the table, everything's burning around him.
This is fine.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding as he starts to melt.
That's fucking Take-Two. Like, Take-Two Interactive is essentially like that. They don't give a fuck. They just care if you have something that's named similar to something that they own. And if you're
if you use the word two,
you say Take or Two, or you say Rockstar or Max or Pain or any of that, then you're fucking, or Grand or Theft or Auto.
I want to patent a word, so people have to pay me every time they use it.
So arguably the worst part about this is that not the project's stalled deadline, but the fact that Levine's leadership style has caused a lot of pain for those who have worked under him, and that even after the hurt and burnout, they still have nothing to show for after all this time.
What have they been doing?
They've been trying. Apparently, it's from what it sounds like, he keeps changing his mind.
So they're like, scrap it, start over.
Yeah, essentially. So it's like how Anthem was, and how Cyberpunk was. Whereas like Anthem had the biggest issue with this because they like the creative director kept changing his mind about what he wanted to do, and there was no direction about what they need. Everyone's like, we need to fucking do something. So Mike Snight, a former producer for Irrational Games who worked with the creative director in 2014 and eventually quit along with many others, described Levine as a very hard person to work for.
I like how it puts it in quotations.
An unnamed Ghost Story employee has also told Bloomberg that they believe the project is finally going to be in the right direction, but it could still be 2 years before the Untitled video game sees the light of day. I like how it's untitled. No one knows what it is. Both Levine and Take-Two have yet to come forward with a comment on the situation. So essentially, this is going down as another game in the books as, hey, do you want to hit the plus sign on your light? Hell yeah, that's it. It's good.
It was touchscreen. I was waiting for like a little click.
A click? No. So, as most games go,
I feel like I look very white now.
You want me to change it? I can change it on my
Every
end.
time we have this, I'm like, I just look super white.
You are super white. What the fuck
why
do you
would
want,
make
man?
me look whiter?
I'm not trying to make you look whiter.
You get to look all nice
go
and tan with
go to Florida. Go to a
fake-ass
tanning booth,
tan
you
light
fucker.
and shit.
There's nothing tan here.
Tanner than mine.
It's soft white. I don't know what you want me to do.
Softer than mine.
Dude,
I have
I don't know.
I have harsh white on.
Here, man. I don't know what to tell you. Here, let me fucking I can fuck with the white balance a little bit more.
I have harsh white.
Let me see what happens if I fuck with the white balance this direction. Now and then the blue light goes away. Let's increase the saturation a bit. Make you darker. There you go. Perfect. Apply. Okay. Now you look more red. Are you happy?
Legacies. There we go.
So there you go. Now you have more color to your face. You don't look like you're about to die.
That's good. I don't look like I'm just deathly sick now.
So it seems like this new unnamed title is undergoing the same fucking cycle pattern as every other game that fails. Creative direction keeps getting lost. They're going to end up crunching near the last 2 years. Everyone's going to be like, I don't know what this is. And then we're going to get a game that's just like, we've been working on this for about 12 years and still like.
Notice it's always the companies that have major publisher oversight.
Yes.
It's always.
But from what it sounds like, Take-Two is letting this guy just have free reign.
For now.
For now. Yeah. Until they're like, all right,
Change it.
what's up? So
Or they don't like it.
Which is very odd. Take-Two's letting the guy get creative freedom and not really give a shit what he has to do.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. But yeah, like they're letting him do whatever he wants to do, and it's not going well.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Have you watched the South Park post-COVID?
No.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm so exhausted by COVID.
It's funny as hell.
Talk to me when everyone's dead. So honestly, like I don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't care.
I don't care.
I will
I
say
just
this.
care about the shit that I have to do.
I will say this,
regarding it.
and I normally don't like to talk about this shit on podcasts, but I am not getting another booster. Fuck that. I'm not doing that again. I felt like such shit after that, and I didn't need to.
When did you get your original?
My second shot was June,
Oh, okay.
so I had to get the booster because it's either get the booster or lose my job. Because
Fucking insane to me.
Get the booster or lose your job because you know what, we live in Nazi Germany now.
You saw what Chicago's doing?
Yeah, I saw what that shit's doing. I'm just waiting for the day that people actually decide to fucking do something about it, which they never will.
Yes, Illinois. Encourage more people to leave your state.
Mayor Lightfoot is such a weird bitch.
Have you seen her before and after pictures?
What do you mean?
Like
This is
before
bull-
she was elected mayor and like now?
Did she look like a normal human being?
Yeah.
I
She looked
can't-
like a nice lady. She was an attractive lady. She was very pretty.
What
And now
happened?
you look at her and you're like, who the fuck is this monster?
You know what happened? Government corruption.
Yeah, the evil fucking took over her body, got seeped into her veins, and just transformed her. It was like a Deadpool transformation, but worse.
Honestly, I hate the government as a whole. I always have.
I'm not anti-government, but
Dude, I didn't like Trump, didn't like Obama, don't like Biden. I don't like any of these motherfuckers. I think we should just have...
I mean, you can't really have a society without government.
No, you can't, but you know what you can do? You can reset it.
Oh, we can't get into this, man.
I know. I know, we shouldn't. We're straying from the path that I have set for us.
We made a quick loop. We're back on track now.
So, anyway, let's talk about Activision.
Great. I'm so excited.
Here's our weekly Activision news, everyone.
Shout out to you, Nelson.
So, Activision Blizzard shows no sign of giving in as Raven QA strike enters its third week.
I just want
Because,
to point out that Nelson's not here again.
yeah, Nelson is once again not here. He decided to go on a date, which I am going on a date, but I can only book the table for 9:50. My date's like we have to leave at like 8 something
I think we should start planning these a little bit more ahead of time.
instead of like the day prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So we can at least be like, all right, I got a podcast at this time. Let's have our date a couple hours later.
Honestly, what happens is the week just fucking blows away. Like, and the next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit, it's already Thursday or Friday, and I gotta fucking tell these guys the time. But yeah, I mean, with me having Saturdays off after next week is my last full week, and we're including Saturdays. So from that point on, I will only be working Mondays and Fridays, and I will be off Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I have school Tuesday and Thursday and Wednesday, and homework. So
Then you can set a specific time on Saturdays. Then.
oh, trust me, content is about to get wild once the fucking new schedule comes out.
I'm just disappointed I'm not gonna be here.
Sorry,
Well,
man.
physically, I hope to be a part of it. You know, from a distance.
We'll throw you in every once in a while. I intend to throw you in once in a while. I also want to reach out to Chris.
Absolutely,
I need to. I want to reach out to Chris.
you should. I agree.
But he's fucking impossible to get a hold of. I mentioned a perp. I want to get Chris on and talk about.
Once you're in the staff chat, it'll be easier.
Huh?
Once you're in the staff chat, it'll be easier.
I thought you said Snapchat. I'm like, I'm not downloading Snapchat to talk to Chris.
Chat.
Okay. Anyway, back to topics. So, the Q&A workers walked off the job in December to protest the termination of 12 contracted employees. Contracted, I should say, not contracted, like a virus.
That's their last day.
They
COVID. They got COVID.
They contracted 12 employees. So on December 6th, members of Raven Software's QA department walked off the job and protested the layoff of 12 QA workers of the company.
Their contract ends on the 28th, by the way.
Oh, yeah. While the walkout quickly attracted support from other Activision Blizzard studios and spurred more forceful talk of unionization in the company, it has apparently not yet drawn a formal response from Activision Blizzard upper management because they're rich and they don't give a fuck. In a letter shared
Peasants.
little peasants. In a letter shared Tuesday via the ABK Workers Alliance Twitter account, the striking workers said that they have not had any communication from the leadership regarding their demand and laid off employees to be offered full-time positions. We have emphasized that our demonstration is done with the best interests of the studio and all projects on which the studio works in mind. The striking Raven workers wrote, the downsizing of Raven QA department without input from anyone within the department is concerning to us and others throughout the company. In the interest of making positive change at Raven, we would like to reach out to leadership to discuss the current situation, which they would never do.
Mm-hmm.
The workers listed 3 specifics they want to discuss with Activision Blizzard management, the details of their demand and expectations from both sides, relocation packages for employees who move to Wisconsin to work at Raven, and the context of the situation from the management perspective, including leadership goals for Raven's QA department.
So I saw a thing where it had in quotations. I think it had showed what they had said specifically, and they're like, "You won't even respond to us to our one singular demand." And I was like, "One demand, okay." And they mentioned one, and then down further, they had 3 demands. I'm like, okay, all right, we're going to talk about not getting a response. At least be accurate in what you're saying, because that's not a singular demand. That's
right.
4 demands.
They said, let us know when you're able to have a conversation, the letter concludes. We want to be able to foster a transparent and trusting relationship at this studio. In an email sent to PC Gamer, an Activision Blizzard spokesperson said the company is deeply committed to well-being of all our teams, including our QA workforce. Lies! And noted that Raven management has engaged in dialogue with its staff and hear concerns and explain the company's overall investment in development resources.
People don't also realize that this is one of the reasons that Warzone is so shitty
because
right
the
now.
QA guys are fucking getting canned and they don't communicate with them.
Yeah, and they can't, and they're not able to fix things as fast as before, let alone they didn't really fix it fast before anyways, but it's slower now because there's less people working on it.
You would think, right? So, as previously announced, we are growing our overall investment in development and operations resources and converting nearly 500 temp workers to full-time employees across our studios. The largest conversion in Activision's history, the spokesperson said. For the 12 temp workers at Raven whose agreements were not extended, we provided an extended notice period, including payment for the 2-week holiday break, and we will be working directly with those that need relocation assistance. Raven is full of people dedicated to improving the culture at Activision, and we look forward to partnering with employees to do that work together. While positively worded, the statement would appear to be a rejection of the striking workers' singular demand.
I like how they put singular demand in there.
Yep.
See?
That all members of Raven's QA department be converted to full-time employees, including the 12 who were let go. Fortunately for striking workers, the fundraiser launched in December to support the work stoppage has been a resounding success and currently stands at more than $361,000 raised. Before I even got to that, I thought it said 36 grand. I'm like, that's not a lot. I've reached out to ABK Workers Alliance for comment and will update if I receive a reply.
And so if they do, I think the main issue that people had, it seemed to stem from the relocation thing.
Yeah.
And then
that makes sense because it was like they relocated them and then let them go.
Yeah. And I can understand people being upset with that.
Why relocate them if you're going to let them go?
Yeah. So if they rectify that, in all reality, in the world of business, 12 workers compared to the 500 that they're taking on. I mean,
I think the biggest issue is the fact that they relocated them with no real compensation and then let them go because they gave them this promise that they were going to get a spot. And they're like, why would you relocate these guys?
I want to know if very few times will people legitimately say we promise that you're going to get hired on. They'll say
as a person who has worked as a contractor, they literally will tell you anything and not put it down in writing. The thing is, they will say things to you, but they won't formally send things to you to promise you this.
This could be a part of people not reading their contract too.
Yeah, it's just still an unfortunate situation where it's like these people were relocated and then they were let go, and then now they're in Wisconsin and maybe they don't want to be anymore. They want to go back to where they were and go work for somebody else. But now they have to fucking fork out whatever it is to move all their shit back. And also the stresses of moving.
Yeah.
Because these guys weren't there that long.
Mm.
And then they were let go. They were like, we're going to relocate you. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going to live in Wisconsin now. And they get here, and then several months later, it's like, all right, you guys are getting laid off. And it's like, why?
Yes, I think it's fair to at least address the moving thing and the relocation part. When you know your contract is up at a certain point and you have the possibility of not being
the other thing is
up.
They're not being very transparent about how they are deciding to lay people off, which it seems like from what the people on the strike are saying, that management isn't asking for input about who to get rid of, like who's useful, who's not. They're just picking people and letting them go.
Is it laying you off if you're only contracted?
Yes.
And you're contracted,
Yeah.
and your contract ends?
If you're laid off, like it's because you're on a contract, which is on a time limit, and they can choose to renew that contract or bring you on full time. And if they don't renew that contract with you, then they are laying you off because they're not going to use you anymore.
Okay, these are civilian things that I don't really understand.
Now, if you are like a full-time employee, you don't get laid off; you get fired.
Okay.
So that's just how it is. It's like getting laid off is like your contract's not getting renewed.
Well, I've heard full-time employees get laid off, but they're still employed. They just don't have any work for them.
All the layoffs I've ever seen were from contracted employees, not full-time.
Because mostly it's factories that I know it from.
Yeah, like
they just don't have work for them.
So usually when it's a layoff from those guys, it's factories, especially it's temporary workers who are working with a temp agency, and they could choose not to bring them on full time within the company, put them on the company payroll and benefits and all that shit, because those guys are all through a third party.
So
it's up to the third party to find them another spot.
Yeah, these are some things that I don't.
I know you don't. I get it. I know you don't understand it.
But
this is all shit that you don't get.
But regardless of wording, I mean, I just compare it to like government contracts. The people go through the same worry. Like when it's getting close to their contracts. My best friend Gonzo down in Florida, he said he was getting worried when it was coming to the time where his contract was going to be up, and he hadn't gotten renewed yet.
Yeah, because what happens if they don't renew it? They don't have any work and they got to leave.
Yeah.
And then they could bring in another contractor and stuff. It varies everywhere. My cousin works in a nuclear facility, but he's like designated on that site. So if they do use a different security company, he gets boarded on with that security company. And when they don't renew the contract for that company goes away. He's still there. Then he works for the other one. They place him into that other company because that's part of the negotiation of the contract. Is like, we have officers here that are trained for this facility. They know this facility. We are going to put those officers in your company.
So I wonder, were there more contracted people that got moved to Wisconsin that are part of the ones that are being taken on as full-time employees?
I don't know.
That's the thing. That's some of the data and things that I want to know, because if this is just a few of those people that moved, that maybe they just didn't fucking understand their contract.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because if there's because that could be a big part
honestly,
of it.
With 500 people, like, get the input. Like, usually when it's a handful of people, it's like, well, those guys didn't perform how we wanted them to, or they underperformed, and then that's usually what leads to a layoff because they underperformed.
Yeah, and 12 versus 500 is very
well. The
small.
Raven Q&A staff are saying the 12 people that laid off should not have been laid off because these guys are very valuable to our QA team. They're very good at what they do, and they got laid off. So it's like, how are they picking and choosing who gets laid off? That's the other question.
Could have just been like it got down to numbers.
Maybe.
But if I do want to know, I am really curious is if some of those 500 people that are being taken on were also moved with them to Wisconsin, but they're not worried because they're being taken on as full time and they're not contract anymore. That would be some interesting data that could give more light on things.
Right. Hang on a second. I gotta fix something here.
Da, na, na,
Na,
na.
na, 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 na. Na 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 na.
All right, that's enough.
R.I.P. Alex.
What? That guy died?
Alex Trebek? Yeah, he died. He died last year.
That's the guy on Jeopardy.
Yes.
One with the glasses.
Yes. The host of Jeopardy.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he had cancer. He'd been battling cancer for years.
I don't pay attention to celebrities all that much.
No.
Very few that
except
I-
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White's she's a legend.
R.I.P. Betty.
And
Anyway, so
and she's a veteran, so I mean, she's mad.
more Activision stuff. So Activision sues major Call of Duty Warzone sheet provider Engine Owning, the guys that were always trolling them on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, they were funny, but they were a little
They were
ridiculous.
great. They were great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Sky Cheats is another one too.
So Activision is suing prominent game cheat provider Engine Owning, accusing the German-based website for distributing malicious cheats and hacks. The company is seeking $2,500 for each violation, according to the lawsuit.
Of course, it's fucking German.
Deutschland, yeah. Engine Owning was established in 2014 and sells cheats for a variety of major games, which it claims are undetectable. The website prominently features Activision's Call of Duty series on its landing page, offering cheats and exploits such as aimbots, rapid fire, radar, and player detection enhancements and other advantages. In the lawsuit, goodbye ad. In the lawsuit, Activision claims that it has been committing huge amounts of resources to combating cheating in its games, but that continued efforts by cheat providers has caused the company to suffer a loss of revenue and reputation. Honestly, hang on. I'm going to pause that. The cheat companies are not what's fucking your reputation. Yes, it is a piece of what's fucking your reputation, but you are what's fucking your reputation. You motherfuckers are fucking your reputation, not them. You know, I don't know. I would say the lawsuits against you would kind of be what's tainting your reputation. The fact that you have a shitbag for a CEO that everybody in the games industry wants out, including people that work for the fucking U.S. government, want him out, and he's still there, and you're trying to back him up, and you're saying, the cheat companies are ruining our reputation. Like, no, bitch, you are ruining your own reputation. And then the other things, the out-of-touch decisions you make in your game that everybody fucking hates, that you do within Call of Duty and within Warzone, that shows that you don't give a fuck about what anyone has to say.
On the publisher side?
On the publisher side. For example, remember that time when you killed a hacker in Warzone and you unlocked everything? And they patched that right away?
Yes.
But yet the fucking hacks themselves took how many years? Like about 2 years before they actually implemented anything?
Yep.
That took you that long to fix? That showed that you didn't give a fuck. You were letting that bitch ride as long as you could. You could have easily put in an anti-cheat at, like, as early as the fucking first few months of Warzone being out, but you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Your decisions are what ruined your reputation, not the cheat company.
Still think somebody was getting paid for this on the inside.
We'll never know that. We'll
yeah,
never know
I
that.
know. But there's no fucking way. The level of consistency and how fast shit got broken, because they update one of the reasons that they update every week is to like curb stuff like that, because it changes the code and they have to re-break it basically. But it would be like instant. So I think and somebody had talked about it, that they think there's an inside source feeding that shit directly to these companies for back end pay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not to mention all the broken shit within Warzone that continuously keeps getting broken and rebroken and fixed and rebroken and fixed and rebroken over and over and over again since Warzone launched. That's ruining your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Not engine owning. Engine owning is not ruining your reputation.
This is
Your lack of action is what's ruining your fucking reputation, and all the other bullshit, like rape, threatening to kill your assistant, all that shit that ruins your reputation. I don't know. I'm not a fucking expert, but I would imagine that threatening to have a person that works for you killed because they were reporting that somebody was sexually harassing them, you doing that would probably ruin your reputation. I don't know.
Personal reputation. To me, a company that has a product, that's their biggest portion of their reputation. Because there's plenty of companies out there that have bad reputations, but they make a good product.
But they don't do either.
Yeah, they do.
They make what? What's a good product?
The games.
Activision. What's a good product? What's a good product?
No, I'm saying, but they're responsible for
right. Okay,
overall.
sure.
That's what I mean.
That's fair. In other instances, sure. Activision, on the other hand, not so much. Not so much. Like, they just, like, they're just so out of touch and trying to milk the cow, and they blame other people. Well, this isn't them blaming. I can't fucking so. So Engine Owning, his website displays a mission statement that everyone should have the ability to win and enjoy online matches.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, Engine Owning, I was kind of standing, I was kind of, I wasn't really on your side, but, like, this is like I don't know how to explain what I was going to say. Yet cheats in competitive multiplayer games such as Call of Duty Warzone tend to ruin the experience of the majority of the players, breaking gameplay mechanics and undermining the competitive element.
It's almost the same as saying we should have no losers. Everyone should be able to
Everyone
win.
should be a winner.
You get a ribbon. You get a ribbon.
All right, I'm trying to breeze through this so I can get to the fucking NFT shit. I'm trying to keep this from being a 3-hour episode.
That was me breezing through it.
Yeah. All right. So in turn, angry players blame the game developers if the cheating issue goes unaddressed. Publisher. Indeed, Reddit users on our COD Warzone reacted positively to the news that Activision was suing the website, with many expressing hope that the outcome would be positive for gamers.
Yeah, I mean, understandably, yeah.
Yeah. With websites like Engine Owning profiting from cheats and exploits, the problem can end up feeling like a security arms race. It was recently reported that Ricochet, the anti-cheat system in Call of Duty Warzone, had banned around 50,000 cheaters in a day, which goes to show the scale of the issue. However, cheaters now appear to be bypassing the system, with some openly mocking the game with usernames such as Nice Anti-Cheat and Yes, I'm Hacking. Call of Duty Vanguard has also been experiencing a wave of cheaters, leading to some to question the long-term effectiveness of the Ricochet anti-cheat system and Activision's approach.
But that's what I mean is the effect of how long are they in the game for? That's another part of it.
I don't know.
Because before, you'd see people get up to like fucking level 70, 80, 90, 100 before they were banned. Now, they're getting banned very quickly.
Well, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe a good portion of them are not getting banned quickly still.
I don't know. Because I watch a lot of Tatman, and they haven't come across anyone. I think they've come across one cheater so far, but they weren't even over like level 10 yet.
So other major game studios have also been increasingly proactive trying to curb cheating in their multiplayer games. Last year, Rockstar Games began hiring more cheat analysis to address ongoing problems in Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. It's also taken stricter measures against players caught in the act, with Rockstar wiping accounts in some cases. For those who enjoy experimenting with cheats and exploits, the latest move by Activision could be bad news. But while cheats can be fun in some games in certain contexts, they are generally harmful in competitive and multiplayer games, ruining the experience for most players. Efforts to stop these operations can be beneficial to Call of Duty Warzone, and I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. If you want to cheat in a single-player mode or campaign, you know what?
Well, that's
Fuck
called
it.
mods.
Do you, right?
Those are just called mods.
I mean, they had those back in the day. They had the Game Shark. They had the different button combos that you could do. Cheat code, cool. Do your thing. Zombies, whatever. But when it's like online mode, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know. Well, in a competitive area too, like if you're in a tournament and you get fucking thrown into a hacking situation, and you're just like, it sucks.
I don't think with anything that involves other players, or you're going against other players, shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed.
So there's a lot to unpack with this next topic of NFTs.
Non-fungible tokens.
Yep, non-fungible tokens, blockchain, this, meta, blah, blah.
I can't remember what non-fungible means versus fungible.
I don't know.
Devin Nash actually did explain that in the very beginning, and it opened my eyes. I just can't remember what he said.
It opened my eyes and I closed them again.
Well, I understood what NFT even was just by that explanation, because he put it like what fungible is and like what it applies to and why NFTs are called non-fungible tokens. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Just explaining the definition of it.
So, Square Enix.
Fucking Square
CEOs.
Enix. Why are they always in the news, too?
It's because, and I even made a comment on the tweet about this article. I said, I'll remember it exactly when I read the letter. So Square Enix CEO's New Year's letter discusses NFTs, metaverse, blockchain, and more.
Notice it's always the publishers.
Notice they like to play on these
the
fucking these hot words like meta and blockchain and fucking cuck. Anyway, so
I click on cuck.
Square Enix president Yusuke Matsuda has published a new letter to celebrate the new year and let fans and investors know what to expect from the company going forward. Matsuda touched on subjects like the metaverse, NFTs, blockchain, and more, stating that with metaverse, Matsuda said that Facebook's decision to change its name to Meta demonstrates the metaverse as a concept, not as a mere buzzword, but here to stay. Matsuda said that the metaverse will become more of a commercial product in 2022, and it might end up having some applicability in the Square Enix in the future.
You said you've seen Ready Player One, right?
Yes, that's exactly what this is turning into.
So, but I see Facebook and those companies as like the bad guy in that movie.
You don't say. Did you not see the video of someone shopping in Walmart and it said...
I just saw it today.
And then the person was grabbing wine and says, your account was verified that you are 21. You can purchase that. And it says, and then they were like, when they were getting a gallon of milk, they're saying,
your smart fridge.
Your smart fridge indicates that you already have a full gallon in your house. Would you like to put that back? And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? No.
I didn't understand the video in the overall sense because I'm like, is this like a game?
No, it's not a game.
Like, does it get delivered to your house?
Apparently, it's like your way of the shopping online, and then going to the store.
So instead of going to like Amazon and like, all right, I want this, or like Uber Eats or Walmart,
you physically walk in a VR world of that store to pick out your products, and I'm like,
interesting.
Just go to the store.
Interesting.
Just go. If you're really gonna, why would you want to play a pretend version of being in the store? And you know what? Me being the asshole that I am, I'd be the guy that fucking runs in with like armor and weapons and shit, and just starts fucking smoking people and because I know it's not real.
I mean,
and just like hackers throwing in a dragon in the middle of fucking Target, and you're just in Target, and you're just like, "Be gone, creature!"
I could, yeah. There's gonna be the things.
It's weird.
You're gonna go into a area, but it's not allowed.
And then you can buy property in the metaverse with money.
Yeah,
which is stupid, because it's like, what? This is part of the NFT thing.
Sort of. That's almost. It's gonna be when you compare it to what it is now, though. It's like buying a domain name or a website.
Well, there's gonna be more into this. Let's keep going. So this is what he says. The metaverse will likely see a meaningful transition in the business phase of 2022, a wide range of services appearing on the scene. As abstract as the concept begins to take concrete shape in the form of product and service offerings, I am hoping that it will bring about changes that have a more substantial impact on our business as well, Matsuda said. As for NFTs, Matsuda said that it could become another significant business opportunity. Like others, Matsuda observed speculative overtones in some parts of the NFT landscape, but overall, the executive believes NFTs will become immensely popular over time.
And they will.
We do observe examples here, but the overheating trading in NFT-based digital goods with somewhat speculative overtones, regardless of the observed value of the content provided. This obviously is not an ideal situation, but I expect to see an eventual right sizing in digital goods deals as they become more commonplace among the general public, with the value of each available content corrected for their true estimated worth, and I look forward to them when they become as familiar as dealings in physical goods.
Yes, that's kind of like a very wordy situation of what I was telling you about. It's going to be more than just like how it is now, like the art shit. And one of the reasons that they also became about...
But what's the point?
So
what's the point of why would I want a digital item that I can never touch or do anything with except just be like, wow, look at that thing I have.
So it was kind of also explained to where when it was, even if you just apply it to like art and music, right, or a song, it makes it to where every time that is purchased, so every time if you buy a piece of my art, you like right now I draw a picture and you buy it. If you were to sell that, I have already sold it. I don't get anything, right? But with an NFT, there could be like 2%, 5% or whatever that's tied to that art that will go back to the original art creator. So every time, so whoever originated the NFT, every time it's sold
so
and
essentially,
traded,
when I go on and make thumbnails and shit, I want to pull an image out of fucking Google to use it in a thumbnail. I'm not going to be able to do that unless I want to buy it.
I don't think to that extreme, but
How do you know?
If it's tied to an NFT,
which they could at this rate, all of them will be. Every image you see on the fucking internet is gonna be tied to an NFT, and you
I think
can't.
that's a bit extreme.
And you can't, huh?
I think that's gonna be a bit extreme.
Why?
An NFT it means that's the only one of that kind specifically.
So what makes it more unique than any other NFT that you get of the same kind. So let's say that there's one NFT and like 50 people buy it. What's the difference between each one of those?
We've got to equate it to real life things that we can compare it to, but put it in a digital sense. So like cars and shit. Like a lot of cars are pretty much the same.
Yeah, but you can use a car.
I get what you're saying.
You can drive a car.
We've got to wrap our heads.
You can
around
upgrade
this
a
here.
car. There's nothing to wrap my head around. It's all digital shit that I can't actually do fuck all with.
You gotta watch the videos that I send you on these, man. It's made more sense to me. Like I don't agree with how a lot of what they're doing with it currently, and is also talked about in these videos. But it explains it more to understand it better and to also know that the way that they're doing this now is garbage and like a money grab.
100% is a money grab.
But I've understood it to more of a sense where like I get it and I get what they're for and why they're becoming so popular.
So Matsuda reiterated that Square Enix has previously stated that it planned to invest in AI, the cloud, blockchain games remains unchanged.
What's a blockchain game?
I don't fucking know. Square Enix has been aggressive in its R&D programs and investment in the fields of AI, the cloud, and blockchain games, Matsuda said. Why did we just say that twice? As for the cloud, Matsuda Cloud Gaming could help its content be more accessible, leveraging the technologies and extremely effective as a means of making our content and services uniformly available as a catalyst for creating new forms of excitement and expand upon the content development capabilities of which we are known. As such, we will be making ample investments in the cloud space, which is everyone's trying to do that now.
Yeah, but it sucks because our internet capabilities are lagging behind.
Okay, so for blockchain games, Matsuda has said Square Enix is so excited because of how those types of games can offer self-sustaining game growth, as opposed to the type of games that exist today. Blockchain games, which have emerged from their infancy, are at its very moment entering a growth phase, are built upon the premise of a token economy and therefore hold the potential to enable self-sustaining game growth. Masuda said the driver that most enables such self-sustainment growth, game growth, is diversity, both of how people engage with interactive content like games and in their motivations for doing so. Advances in token economies will likely add further momentum to this trend and diversification. I see the play to earn concept as people so excited as a prime example of this. So essentially, they want to make video games simulate life.
Well, they've already done that.
But more so where you actually do get affected by your things in life because everything's going to need you to buy it in real life. Like you're going to need to put money into that. No one wants to fucking do that. No one wants to fucking do that. So that essentially that's what they're trying to say with blockchain games, where it's like it's an actual economy where you spend real money in it and stuff. And
it's gonna be like the role play version of Grand Theft Auto, to where
you buy cars, like you actually buy the cars
in the game. So you either have to work in real life to play the game, but then you have to work in the game if you don't want to spend real life money to do it.
Correct.
So to do it, you have to work to get the in-game money to purchase it or pay your real life money.
The last thing anybody wants to do coming home from their 9-to-5 job is to work another 9-to-5 job in a game that they're trying to fucking enjoy.
Apparently fucking not, because that game is super popular. You know why? Because people are living lives that aren't their own and they're escaping from it.
Yeah, they're living life. Okay, so what is the without consequence at this moment? Sure, because they could do whatever they want. But the thing is, it's eventually going to come to a point where you can't just do whatever you want, because then you're not going to be able to sustain yourself within the game. So you're going to have to fucking do like real life shit within the game. Which, why would anybody want to do that?
But that's what I mean. That's what the
I want to come home from my long day at work and kill people in my game because.
But the role play thing is
that was worded wrong. I want to come home from a long day of work and escape life by fucking fighting bad guys or stealing cars or fighting like monsters or whatever the fuck else I want to do. I don't want to come home from work, just so that I can log into my computer, fire up the game, and like, I'm going to stream this today, and then play a game of I'm going to work now. Because you know what? No one's going to want to watch that. No one's going to want to play it. Maybe some weird asshole out there will.
The stats on GTA roleplay says you're wrong, though. People will literally watch someone
I've watched
roleplay like a clerk.
I've seen it. I have seen it. I've seen it.
And they're all into it. Like
there's a guy that I know, Brown Rad Dad. He role plays in a motorcycle club, and there's actually a person at this one cafe you went to that's working the fucking register.
Yeah, I'm like,
and the cops come after a shootout, and people are role playing
like real fucking cops.
They act like real cops, and there's apparently mods for like checking for gunshot residue if you use your gun.
Yep, there's the EMTs. They're doing the regular. They're going through the. I listened to the full run through. One of my friends stream, and because she was like a drug dealer, so you know the cool stuff that you'd expect in a video game, and she got hit by a car, and the EMT came over, and I was listening to it. I'm like, is that a player? And she was like, yeah, this is role play. I'm like, so this guy is in a game playing as a medic and treating it like a real fucking job. And it's insanely popular.
I don't know why. I gotta say, like, Brown Rad, God bless you for liking it, but that is not. It's not.
And that's what I mean. I think it's around to stay, mainly because regardless of what it is, it's different than what you're currently doing in life.
Oh, listen to this. I realize that some people who play to have fun and who currently form the majority of the players have voiced their reservations toward these new trends, and understandably so. However, I believe that there will be a certain number of people whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean help make the game more exciting. Matsuda said, traditional gaming has offered no explicit incentive to this latter group of people who are motivated strictly by such inconsistent personal feelings as goodwill and volunteer spirit. The fact is not unrelated to the limitations of the existing UGC, user-generated content. UGC has been brought into being solely because of individuals' desire for self-expression and not because of any explicit incentive existed to reward them for their creative efforts. I see this as a reason that there hasn't been any major game-changing content that were user-generated as one would expect.
He's not wrong.
However, with advances in token economies, user will be provided with explicit incentives, thereby resulting not only in greater consistency in their motivation, but also creating a tangible upside of their creative efforts. I believe that this will lead to more people devoting themselves to such efforts and to greater possibilities of games growing in exciting ways. From having fun to earning and to contributing, a wide variety of motivations will inspire people to engage with games and connect with one another. It is blockchain-based tokens that will enable this. By designing viable token economies into our games, we will enable self-sustaining game growth.
I legitimately see it as like Ready Player One.
Matsuda and Square Enix will keep a close on societal shifts as it relates to decentralizing gaming opportunities like blockchain. One item that Square Enix is considering creating is issuing their own token sometime down the road. So essentially cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's what it's all tied to.
It's so I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's all digital based.
But the thing is, like,
you can't get an NFT without cryptocurrency.
Though role playing is popular, it's like you're playing a fake life to get away from your real one. But then it starts becoming really, really strange when your fake life starts impacting your real life financially, in a way of that, like, you need to spend real money in order to do or get anything in this game, because or work, or you have to actually work a full-time job within the game to earn anything.
I think technically it's like that now.
It can't be on that scale. No
Not
fucking
on,
way.
But I mean, it's a much larger scale.
We are literally gonna turn into just a fucking, like, everyone's gonna be. It's gonna be like in the movie fucking WALL-E. Everyone's living on a screen. Oh, we already.
We're
do.
well
into that.
We're well into that
we are
already.
Well into that. You're right. You're not wrong.
They didn't even have metaverse. They were just sitting in front of their fucking TVs and ordering shit from Amazon, which wasn't Amazon, but.
So we're gonna talk about Konami and their piece of shit selves with getting into the NFT world.
More fucking NFTs. Can we just skip to GameStop?
Well, we got a couple more things, buddy.
God damn it.
So gamers are really, really angry about Konami's
Is this
NFTs reveal. Backlash is strong with this one.
Same.
So game developers have been having a hard time of it lately, from the debacle of Rockstar Games' glitch-riddled GTA remasters to Cyberpunk 2077's infamously botched launch. It seems companies are doing all they can to alienate gamers.
Fuck off.
And Konami has now joined the party with an ill-received NFT announcement. The company has launched a worldwide auction for screenshots. That's right, screenshots from the Castlevania series. Designed to celebrate the 35th anniversary, but thanks to the seemingly slapdash nature of the offering and the gaming community's suspicion of NFTs in general, the whole thing is going down like a lead balloon.
Fucking
Confused?
slapdash nature.
Check out our handy explanation of NFTs. I don't know.
I'm just hung up on these words.
Slapdash?
Yes.
So, in
Googling it.
commemoration of the 35th anniversary of Castlevania series, NFTs featuring game scenes, BGM, and newly drawn art from the Castlevania series has been issued, Konami says. Only one copy of each NFT will be available to purchase unless you ever heard of Control-C.
Quick and careless. That's what it means.
Yes, unless you've ever heard of Control-C, and you can see a preview of the collection of NFTs on OpenSea. So why are NFTs unpopular among gamers? On one hand, there is an environmental impact. A huge amount of energy is required to maintain the blockchain that records sales, but also the question of value of potential for abuse, with creators free to suggest that digital file is in some way valuable and rare.
In some cases, it will be.
Which will be stupid. But despite the backlash, game developers have plowed ahead of their NFT crusade, and it isn't going well for Konami, and gamers are furious that neglected game series is being resurrected for NFT-based profit. If there's one thing Konami excels at, it's desecrating beloved franchises and spitting on their fans.
I thought it was like Graves.
So NFTs seem to be offering some... Oh, so this is the whole thing about this. So let's see. Let's look at the NFTs. So they are literally screenshots of the menu and shit. Let's look. Castlevania 35th NFTs. Let's zoom in, guys. So this is, I don't know what this is.
Best offer, 0.1.
So here's a screenshot of the beginning. Some art.
0.02. What is that?
What, the art?
No. Go like the best offer. What is that?
Whatever these fucking tokens are, I guess.
How much is it worth though?
I don't know. I don't even know how to look at that. $61 for this.
Yeah, so those are see, you have to have crypto coin to do it.
Just all these are screen grabs from
And that's
the
why
fucking game.
It looks like it's point whatever, because like one Bitcoin is like $64,000.
The fact that this is $60, it's a screenshot of the beginning of the game.
So we can't. So if you think about it, we can't fault them. You have to fault the people that are fucking paying for it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Fuck, dude. I don't want to talk about this anymore. All right, GameStop NFTs.
This will be the only thing that fucking saves GameStop from dying.
I bet. Oh man, I'm really reluctant to click on Kotaku because I hate you.
You didn't have the article already?
No, I normally just, because usually the gamers are like at the top. Fuck it. All right, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna go to Kotaku because it's here. Stop seeing this ad. All right, so report: GameStop is going big into crypto and NFTs.
This is a terrible picture.
Yeah, it is.
What'd you miss?
They were probably taking a photo, and this dude walked into the scene, and they're just like, "God damn it!"
Fuck it, that's all we got.
So it's not only game companies like Square Enix and Ubisoft who are getting into the NFTs. Game retailer GameStop is reportedly doing so too, according to the Wall Street Journal. The Texas-based company is launching its own crypto division.
We're Texas-based.
I guess.
I didn't know that. With
plans to create an online NFT marketplace and enter into cryptocurrency collaborations. Kotaku contacted GameStop for comment, but did not hear back prior to the publication. The reporter says GameStop has brought on 20 new hires. Wow, they actually have enough money to hire people?
And new 20 of them.
Yeah, 20. That damn, dude. Y'all doing good?
Hey, you should.
Y'all okay financially? Is
hey, you should call the QA guys over at Raven. There's only 12 of them.
Yeah. Bronze New High
Heard they
developed
need
new
jobs.
online marketplace where they could buy, sell, and trade NFTs and virtual in-game items. Sources tell Wall Street Journal that the marketplace is set to launch in late 2022. 2022, the year of the NFT. And that game companies are being asked to offer NFTs through this and new online hub. This new marketplace, it seems, would compete with the likes of OpenSea, the NFT marketplace that now has $13.3 billion valuation.
Oh, that was OpenSea. That's what it was. I remember Devin Nash talked about that. And he was like, it's going to move to more than just OpenSea. Like OpenSea, yeah, is like the main thing right now. But as NFTs start getting, making more sense than what they are right now, and where you see an NFT as a plausible thing, OpenSea is the thing now. They're going to have other like areas.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a central fucking hub.
Yeah. So Wall Street Journal adds that GameStop is also getting ready to ink partnerships with 2 crypto companies. The deals would also be better positioned the game retailer to invest in games with crypto features. Sources say that this year alone, GameStop is looking to enter about a dozen or more partnerships and make investments for tens of millions of dollars. How? Where are they getting the money?
They should talk to Soldier Boy and Atari.
Previously, GameStop launched an NFT site with the tagline, "Change the game. Fuck you."
What?
GameStop's business model has been hit hard by the rise of digital downloads. Revenues down and the shops are shuttering. But the stock market appeared to like the idea of GameStop is going into crypto business. Reuters reported
That's
the stock market liked the fact that they were fucking like I said earlier, everyday Joes were investing. Anyway.
If the stock market likes it, I'm already worried.
Yeah. But the stock market appeared to like the idea, blah, blah, blah. Now, Reuters reports that its shares increased on Thursday by 27%. The stock, as CNBC notes, is still down by 59% from its January 2021 peak, which we all know why that happened.
Well, yeah.
Duh. And that's it for that. So, cool story, bro. Changed my life. GameStop is going to break itself financially by getting into this. Because they're going to invest, and the backlash alone is going to make no one want it. The only people that are going to want it are fucking rich fucks that have fuck you money, and they don't give a fuck about anything. So,
I'm just gonna.
Last NFT topic, guys.
I could have fucking swore that was the last one.
No, we got to talk about the hacker that stole.
Oh, that's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
That's more exciting.
So, 1.9 million worth of NFTs were stolen and resold by a hacker. I've been hacked, Kramer said. All my apes gone. What?
Because it's the fucking stupid little pictures that are like that's why NFTs right now are a joke.
Yeah.
Because that's what people think of when they think of NFTs.
NFTs are digital and managed by third parties, so it was only inevitable that hackers would break in, stage an online heist, and now they have robbing 1.9 million worth of ape JPEGs from a collector.
Like they're fucking gifts.
NFTs are essentially receipts for something you buy and own digitally, like if you were to buy a GIF instead of just downloading it. However,
GIF or GIF?
it's Alicia says GIF. G in GIF is for graphical, but the guy that created the GIF says that it's actually pronounced GIF.
I don't want to get into this.
I don't either. So instead of just downloading it, however, you can buy it with cryptocurrency, which uses an incredible amount of energy. I'm tired of talking about energy. Damaging the environment. It's a growing fad that has resulted in people losing millions of dollars, as in a now deleted tweet, Todd Kramer stated that he clicked a link that believed to be an NFT dApp, not an app. It's a decentralized application.
Wait, how does energy that damages the environment?
So the output that caused that, because they have to use like servers basically to create crypto, and the more expensive the crypto, the more that you need to make, the more the data that goes into making it. So
Interesting.
So essentially, it's fucking throwing up. It's throwing up a massive carbon footprint.
This is what we're concerned about for the environment,
Yeah.
people.
So, but
Seriously.
he found himself victim of a phishing attack when 16 of his NFTs were plucked right from his collection. Wait, 16 NFTs cost 1.9 million?
You got to think when you look at how much crypto it is.
Is this like a one giant ad? Oh
Yeah.
god damn,
Yeah,
it
is.
was.
Oh, no, it's 2 ads. It's OpenSea. Look,
I don't give a fuck. I've been hacked. Kramer said all my apes are gone. This just sold. Please help me. Kramer lost 8 bored apes and 7 mutant apes.
you fucking deserve
What's a
it.
mutant ape, you ask, or didn't ask? I'll tell you anyway. It's a bored ape that has been exposed to the mutant serum. What does that mean? You're on your own there. The point is that all the apes and Clonex NFT amounted to $1.9 million, but the marketplace, OpenSea, froze the NFT after the hackers were put back up for sale.
Let me just...
Said if you buy a stolen bored ape from a hacker, knowingly or not, you legally have to return to the victim of the theft for free. That's how property laws work. If you knew it was stolen, you're likely criminally liable as an accessory because you had intent to buy stolen goods. Prove it, cunt! I'll just save an image of it and wipe my fucking files.
Like, just gave me cancer him talking about that ape.
Some jumped to defend him like Beanie pictured above, saying that buying stolen NFTs is against the law, but many were quick to point out the holes in the system. In fact, outlawing stolen NFT purchases would undermine the blockchain and the proof of ownership it comes with NFTs. And I saw this because people were screenshotting it and saying, crazy, I got one. What are you going to do about it?
It's because it's related to
Yeah, I know.
pictures and shit.
Others just ridiculed Kramer. For instance, Adam replied, wow, that was so shitty. I'm really sorry, dude, but please change your profile picture since you no longer own it.
Like, while it's hilarious, it's more based in the crypto and the imprint of it.
Yeah.
And what NFTs are going to be ending up
Maybe,
for.
you know what? Maybe I'll make the logo an NFT so that nobody can own it except me.
Yeah. And if it ever gets sold, you would always get a kickback.
So, nonetheless, Kramer tweeted out, "Thank you
Making
for
more
this."
sense now.
Yeah, I guess. Thank you for your support. Lessons learned. Use a hard wallet. Never know. So many troll accounts existed. Kindness prevails in the community. Is really great.
It's
Yeah,
a hard wallet
cool.
versus a soft wallet.
So, however, others were unhappy more with OpenSea than anyone else, calling the freezing of the NFTs anti-crypto, flying the face of their decentralized nature. But if you forked out millions on digital JPEGs, maybe be more careful clicking on the links from strangers, eh? And I'm glad I am done talking about these.
My brain hurts from...
There's going to be, there's more coming.
Yeah,
Then more episodes will be talking about these.
I know.
In fact, I might just glaze over them because I don't.
I hope it gets to where it
I
starts
only-
making more sense. soon.
See, I only brought these were only the topics that I brought up because they were the biggest topics in gaming for the last week. Was all NFT shit, and I was just like, why is the NFT thing what we're talking about now? Like, is it really that rough already? So start the year in the gaming world.
It seems like it's gonna be like when everything comes out for the first time, people are gonna use it and exploit it to how they can until it gets truly bigger and actually makes sense.
All right, we're gonna talk about Pokemon.
Pokemon,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's her name.
you mean?
I know.
Yeah,
Hang
that's
on.
where
I'm waiting for this ad to go away because I don't want this giant fucking ad like in my face.
Max strength medicine, Dayquil, false. You just got COVID. Fucking suck it up.
So Pokemon receives first Twitch ban, but it's only temporary. It's her
So,
first? It's her
yeah.
first?
Yeah, she never knew anything.
I'm surprised I haven't been banned.
You're too small. They don't care about you.
Yeah, I know, but I do a lot. There's a lot of small streamers that do shit like, I don't know.
But it also goes into people.
This?
Well, yeah, but people report those people. That's where it comes from.
That's true. I think I might make that into a clip.
Jesus.
Pokemon. So anyway, popular streamer was banned after streaming episodes of the Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh, I thought it was the movie.
No, not the fucking Peter Jackson movie. Was it Peter Jackson?
Fuck if I know. It was a great movie though.
So Pokemon, one of Twitch's biggest and most popular streamers with over 8.5 million followers, was banned from the platform last night while streaming the cartoon Avatar: Last Airbender. It's an anime!
But it's still a cartoon.
It's an anime, there's a difference. So the ban is temporary, according to Pokemon, but is a sign that Twitch's growing TV meta is probably going to cause further problems to the big and small streamers.
What's the difference?
What do you mean? Like, what's the difference between a cartoon and an anime?
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny is a cartoon. Goku is an anime character.
Still a cartoon.
No, cartoons are different than an anime. And they're different in the fact of like the way the animations are and the what's the fucking, like, just basically like the stage presence of that character is cartoon versus an anime character, which is more like grim and or like whatever. Just don't argue with me with this. Don't argue with me with this.
Put in the comments whose side you're on right now. If you say
It'll be like mostly anime. So on January 7th around 8 p.m., Pokemon was streaming into an audience of about 25,000. Jesus. While watching the Nickelodeon TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time. Can you imagine? Like, you are streaming yourself watching fucking cartoons or anime,
Twitch, a lot of people do this
and you get an insane viewership. Here's me, like, trying my I'm like actually going to be spending money on editing programs so that I can make my stuff to bring content that I have to put actual work into to be, because I'm not a fucking, popular person as it is, but I have to put work to try to be entertaining, which, I think I'm entertaining as is, but like that takes energy to do. It's like something it's like a thing that not everybody can even do.
It's usually reaction content is what people are doing with it.
What, with cartoons and animes?
Well, stuff like this, because who is it? XQC. A lot of his stuff is reaction content.
No, yeah.
And that's I think that's where she was probably going with that, like her reaction to the first episode or like seeing it. But it was DMCA.
Oh yeah, so the stream featured a live shot of her reacting in the corner of the full screen broadcast of episodes from the show. Midway through the stream, it's reported that Pokemon received a live DMCA ban.
Wow.
Abruptly ending the broadcast.
That's rare.
Shortly after that, the streamer ban's bot and Twitter shared the news. Pokemon was banned from Twitch. This is the streamer's first ban. Kotaku reached out to Pokemon about the ban, and she plans on streaming TV shows again. Pokemon took to Twitter minutes after the ban and tweeted, "The Fire Nation attacked."
That's fucking glorious. That's the best tweet ever after you get banned for that.
The Fire Nation attacked. A direct reference from the Avatar show to the recent ban. A few hours later, popular streamer confirmed that the ban was only temporary. After 48 hours, she'll be able to stream again on Twitch.
Which is going to be confusing with the Amazon stuff, because Amazon does have those like watch parties and shit.
I know. While it might seem odd to stream yourself watching a TV show, it has become a popular trend on Twitch. The TV meta sees streamers watching TV shows and cartoons with their viewers. Checking the Twitch now, as I'm writing the sentence, I can see at least half a dozen streamers in the just chatting category watching old animated shows and wrestling events. Of course, almost all of this content is owned by large companies who usually aren't too keen on random people broadcasting their copyrighted material for free to thousands of people. So it's not shocking that even a big streamer like Pokemon would counter some legal pushback in the form of DMCA ban for streaming TV shows. It's too early to tell if it's very public and big ban for streaming a TV show will have any effect on the ongoing TV meta over Twitch. I think it will. It seems likely that big streamers might think twice about streaming some old Invader Zim episodes if it could lead a DMCA strike against their channel.
You sing the Doom song.
Huh?
Doom, 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 doom.
Oh,
doom,
Invader Zim.
Yeah.
And for small streamers who don't have the money or clout to fight Twitch, it could lead to permanent bans, making the proposition of Twitch parties and TV meta even riskier.
Yeah, but it's going to be the same as the music shit. So many people don't give a fuck, and they're still streaming major popular DMCA-able music that if they weren't small streamers, they would probably get live bans as well, because a lot of that stuff is, because it's so popular, it will instantly trigger for the companies that are actively watching major streamers.
Yeah.
To DMCA them.
I've never been one for like watch parties and shit. I mean,
I haven't either.
The most, if you want to consider the most I've done with watch parties, is like I'll watch trailers for like games that I'm interested in, or stuff. It says, hey, or somebody be in the chat, be like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, no, let me check it out. And I'll like share the screen and I'll watch it with them. Mm-hmm. For the most part, I don't just solely create a stream around that, you know.
Well, that's why.
I mean, if you consider like the live episodes that we've done where we've watched videos on stream to be like, watch it.
And it's not just like the TV show. People do it with like other people's content, random videos.
I've seen that.
Like, reaction videos are huge right now. Ludwig, one of his problems over on YouTube is that a lot of his content on Twitch was reaction shit. And now that he's on YouTube, he can't do that because YouTube has their bot that automatically detects DMCA-able stuff It will copyright strike you.
Yeah. Any stream that I've uploaded has been like had sections of it claimed.
Did it show you the section? Like it snipped it?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're legit, sometimes they're not though.
And it tells me like the music publisher. So like my intro song, DMCA claimed.
Interesting.
Which is funny to me because, Blood Upon the Risers is a cadence.
But who produced that version?
Yeah, I know. So like even having it on in the background, like, it won't let me do it. So
to claim any type of revenue, once you get to that point though, that section's either muted or you have to take it out.
However, I will say this: the podcast episodes, because a lot of them end with Blood Upon the Risers. Those don't get claimed.
It's weird
because it's the old version.
The
it's the old version. The army orchestra.
Oh, that's why then.
Not orchestra, but the army fucking choir. Anyway. So, Dr. Disrespect. Yes, they do. In fact, I met some of them at a leadership course that I was at.
I knew they had a band.
And they are not really that good at fucking Atlanta F. So,
shocker.
Dr. Disrespect's upcoming Battle Royale leaked. The two-time reveals new game details.
Two-time Blockbuster champion.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a fan of him, actually.
I'm not. I mean,
I'm a fan of his content with Tim.
Yeah. Legendary streamer Dr. Disrespect teased 2 upcoming games that his studio is working on, explaining how they will bring his signature violence, speed, and momentum to new heights. Dr. Disrespect is one of the industry's biggest names, a former level designer himself. The two-time has since started his own studio, and there are some big things in the works. Well, not much is known so far, other than the fact that he's working on a vertical battle royale of sorts. During a November 30th YouTube stream, the 6'6" gaming juggernaut revealed some new info.
He is pretty tall.
Yeah, I know he is. He's fucking insanely tall.
Vertical battle royale, so like buildings and shit.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I think that's what he wants to do.
Let's just say whatever these games are, there's some combinations that could come together like peanut butter or chocolate if done right.
Ooh.
Let's see. Segment begins at
chocolate peanut
I'm not
butter.
going to fucking 4.5 hours to see it. Doc teases explosive new games. I have an idea for a game that is at a fast pace, a lot of inspiration from H1Z1 and Call of Duty. With all the games that I've played to this point, you gather all these ideas of what hasn't been done and what's the next evolution, he explained. According to Doc, there's an opportunity to do something unique and give players something that they've been wanting for a long time. Something explosive, fast, something full of violence, speed, and momentum, right? Jumping out of a car, boom, 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 jumping in. Or flying around like it's just, he added, snapping his fingers, but on a bigger scale. But there's not a lot of games that are like that right now.
Sounds like the vision for Battlefield 2042.
Yeah. Given his talk of vehicles and large-scale action, his game sounds a lot like it'd be a combination of Warzone with Battlefield's potential for non-stop destruction.
Wow. So
yeah.
It's like I just read minds over
You
here.
are a psychic! However, Doc stressed that the last time he saw something like this was with H1Z1. Additionally, Doc hinted at the Escape from Tarkov-style game, which will be on the other end of the spectrum, commenting how there was something about the slower-paced risk-reward was so immersive, which he's right.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance to capture that on a larger scale as well, he noted.
Wait,
what's
what?
this? Doc's working on crypto and NFTs into his upcoming game. No!
What?
Wait, what do you say? I have equity in the project.
I'm already confused.
Dr. Disrespect working crypto and NFTs into his upcoming game for players and creators to have equity in the project.
Saying it twice does not help me.
Game during Gamescom, maybe 2000.
Oops. I don't have the
Sorry.
I don't have the output to this set to this. Yeah, I do. Oh, that. I don't have the button hit. Let me look.
23 says Trevor. We've been thinking about a lot. I mean, what's a really big thing that's happening? That's getting the brain starting to kind of is
You hear
obviously
it?
the development of our studio.
First announced last year at the PlayStation Future of Gaming event, and a future for a
Got some
cinematic
designed
game
into
store
the
on
infrastructure of
October
the
5th.
game revenue system. How players can have equity, creators can have potential equity in the project as well.
I feel like I learned nothing.
So I guess what he's essentially getting at is that, like, with his NFTs and crypto in the game, it'd be like the player's way to have like the
Equity. So that's what I was talking about with NFTs. If they're the creator of that, every time, so their equity is that NFT.
so they can earn from the game.
Correct.
Okay. So, was Dr. Disrespect's game leaked? Early in November, notable insider Tom Henderson revealed that this is the guy that I've told you about with all the other stuff about Battlefield, that you're like, who is this guy?
No, I know who Tom Henderson is.
Okay. COD devs are working on an NFT-based FPS similar to Escape from Tarkov, Kill Me Now. Henderson noticed that top FPS influencers were advising on the game that would have a very big risk-reward aspect. We're going to talk about fucking NFTs again!
No, I'm telling you, this is more along the lines of what Devin was talking about in the proper sense versus using it as a money scam.
So, as NFTs are a new technology in which people are either completely for or against them, I will not be revealing the developer, publisher, game name, or token. An announcement is expected coming months. So, essentially, the game is Escape from Tarkov with competitive elements, a map creator, and the ability to make money from extracting items successfully. The rarer and better the item, the more crypto you could sell and money you can make.
And there is a game that he talks about, that Devin talked about, that it's a weird game. It's almost like a Korean thing. But people actually make money from it.
I didn't want to talk about NFTs anymore.
So you thought.
They're everywhere. They're in everything. They are in. I'm gonna go to dinner tonight with Alicia, and they're gonna sit down, and there's gonna be like an ad for an NFT at the fucking table, and I'm gonna be like, "You want an NFT of the steak?" I'm like, "No, I want the fucking steak."
Well, you got to NFT the whole cow, so. I'm not sure if he's relieving himself or if he's constipated.
All right, let me see here.
Was that the last one?
This is the last topic. Yes.
The Dr. Disrespect one?
No, it's the Sniper Wolf one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I usually have them printed off in front of me. And
No, I
Rock
accidentally
gives
hit
me the
page 2 for
topics,
this.
so
I
can-
accidentally hit page 2, so I fucked up. So Keemstar.
Anyways,
Hang on.
he didn't give me the topics, so I have no fucking clue where we're at.
So let's look.
I mean, wait. Why does she look familiar? She looks like the TikToker.
She might be.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that has a really funny like chat, asks her questions, and they're usually sexually based.
Maybe. So YouTube, Aliyah Sniper Wolf Shalish has no stranger to drama. She's been accused of faking her gameplay and heavily editing her posts. Now, Sniper Wolf has been accused of avoiding meeting it with a terminally ill child. Oh, look.
No, terminally.
On an episode of Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, a child named Kiara said that it was her dream to meet Sniper Wolf. With over 30 million YouTube subscribers, Sniper Wolf is best known for her reaction videos and TikToks. Adam 22 reached out to Sniper Wolf with Kiara's request and got
This girl.
I guess. So, an episode of Adam 22's No Jumper podcast. So, Sniper Wolf is best known for her reaction videos, TikToks. Adam 22 reached out to this guy. You see him on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Reached out to Sniper Wolf with Kiara's request and got a response from the popular YouTuber right away. Sniper Wolf argues with mother of terminally ill child.
Argues.
Sniper Wolf sent an Instagram message to Kiara's mother saying she would love to chat with her or send a video message in response. In response, the mother said that she would do whatever it takes to make it happen. Sniper Wolf responded that she could arrange a quick call around Christmas.
Okay.
But the meeting never happened. As the two continued to try to agree on a time, the mother posted on an Instagram story about the situation. Sniper Wolf messaged the mother to delete the story, stating that she doesn't usually do this and didn't want others asking for similar video messages.
Which is fair.
The mother promptly deleted the story and apologized. In the end, Sniper Wolf messaged the mom that she was very busy and explained that it was difficult to find a time to call Kiara. This prompted Kiara's mom to become emotional in the exchange, which is understandable. Mm-hmm. She explained that her daughter watched Sniper Wolf's content throughout her cancer treatment and had days left to live.
Days.
You
If
should.
this girl's still alive right now,
We'll find out. You shouldn't have even reached out because they could have just told Kiara that I tried. I told her you wanted to say hi, but instead you blew off a dying 10-year-old girl for days. It's all good. After the exchange, the mother blocked Sniper Wolf. The streaming community was clearly upset by the exchange between Sniper Wolf and her young fan's mother. The YouTuber was met with a fierce backlash and harsh words as many fans expressed shock that she didn't take the time to reach out to the fan. Is this the chick you're talking about?
no, I think she just looks similar. I think it's the glasses.
The concern and backlash prompted her to tweet, send a little girl a video calling the situation drama. People just want an excuse to start drama. I've gotten into contact with the girl's mom and have sent her a video. Sniper Wolf claimed that she had gotten into contact with the mother and not met with applause. How people replied to the tweet saying Sniper Wolf had only met with the girl to save her reputation, not because she truly wanted to spend the time talking with Kiara.
What do you mean save her reputation by getting in contact with the girl?
Basically saying that, like, oh, you completely blew her off. You're only doing it now
okay.
after the backlash.
I got you. Okay. I thought they met initially.
Many were baffled that Sniper Wolf wouldn't take the time out of her day to send a message before the situation became public. Some fans stood up for Sniper Wolf, stating that the YouTuber has a busy schedule, but not many seemed willing to buy into the idea that she couldn't spend a few minutes to say hello.
If this kid's not dead already, I'm already suspicious.
Well, the thing is, this was around, like, Christmas time.
Okay.
So, or actually, it was before. It was like early December when she was bringing this up.
Yeah. But the mom said, days to live.
Well, let's look. Let's find out if the kid's dead. You want to know if the kid's dead?
For the purpose of potential scams, because I've heard of this scam before.
So Keemstar explained this, which I'm really...
Because people have been terminally ill, and they're like, they're going to die tomorrow. And then it's like, we're cured, we're in remission. And I'm like, that's awfully convenient.
Is this her?
It's me. Today we're checking out some videos
No,
that
they just
ended-
look very fucking similar. It might be just the glasses, but very similar.
Keemstar said Kiara initially appeared... Let's see. What does he have to say about this?
I am so disgusted and appalled and heated right now. All right, we're talking about SS Sniper Wolf. She's been in this community for a long time. She used to be a Call of Duty YouTuber. We've known her for a decade. She's always been a piece of shit, all right? But over the last couple years, she grew an empire on YouTube, being a reaction channel. And a lot of kids like her and look up to her and fans of her. Adam22 from the No Jumper podcast hit me up a couple days ago, about a week ago, saying, hey, can you get me in contact with SS Sniper Wolf? There's this girl, she's 10 years old, she's dying of cancer. Her dream and her wish is to meet SS Sniper Wolf. And I told Adam22 right out, Leah, a.k.a. Sexy Sniper, a.k.a. Sniper Wolf, is a piece of shit. Good luck with that. Anyhow, Adam trying to make this 10-year-old's dreams come true.
Which Adam did say in his TikTok. He said, Keemstar told me this, that, you know, good luck. She's a piece of shit.
Gets a hold of Sexy Sniper Wolf, or SS Sniper Wolf, and she agrees to talk to the kid dying of cancer. She set it up with her mom. I got the text conversations. So they have a date to do it, right? Sniper Wolf blows it off. Completely blows it off. She's posted on Instagram that she's out to dinner, all right? She's out partying and living it up. And this 10-year-old is literally dying right now. Surrounded by friends and family. Dying right now.
So that was the issue. It wasn't so much that, like, you know, she legitimately didn't have the time to actually send a video or send a message. Is that she was doing other things instead of that. And it wasn't like business related or content related or anything. It was like her just going off and partying and doing whatever the fuck she wanted to do. And it was just like, your busy schedule is like going out, going to dinner, doing this, fucking off, doing anything. Like, literally, it would take it on. In all honesty, you could make a couple-minute video, no matter how fucking busy you are. And it goes to, there's always that saying where, you know, it goes to say, like, there's a saying goes with relationships too. And this is where I'm using this example from. If they truly cared about you, they would take the time to, you know, acknowledge you.
Yeah.
So she didn't even do that. She didn't take any time to acknowledge her. She just was off about her day and said, I'll do it later. Procrastinated, or I'll do it later. It's like the kid doesn't have much later. Like, even if it's day, like the doctor was
Allegedly.
Well, when I was watching Adam 22, they were like the guy was saying that like one of his other co-hosts was saying that like the other night they literally said that she could possibly die in her sleep tonight because she was sleeping like 20-something hours a day.
Did she?
It doesn't matter if she did or didn't, but she's right. She's knocking on death's door. She's like holding on for a little bit. She's not gonna make it much longer. She might not even make it until fucking February. So like, yeah. Usually when doctors say you have about days to live, that's an estimate. It's never really true.
Yeah.
So like, sure, someone can live a lot longer than that. Someone could die immediately. I mean, look at fucking Screech. Screech got diagnosed with cancer. You know who Screech is?
I know who Screech is, but the situation I have no.
So he got diagnosed with cancer. Like it was like stage 5 cancer. Like literally, like it spread through his body so fast. He was dead within a week of his diagnosis.
God damn. Was it? What type of cancer?
Let me look at this real quick.
I was always in those situations with celebrities or people of like I guess that technical stature.
Dustin Diamond, yeah.
Yeah. I always don't want to rule out the possibility of a scam in the way to make somebody intentionally look bad.
He died early last year too.
I feel like I heard it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Let's see. He was diagnosed with lung cancer last month. His condition has deteriorated for the last week, and Dustin did not suffer. He didn't. So he had. I remember seeing what type of lung cancer it was, but it was like he had a very, very advanced fucking form of lung cancer.
It must have just went super fast. Then.
It did. Like as soon he started having issues, went to the doctor, got a diagnosis, and was dead within a couple weeks.
Wow. Well then.
Let's see. There's still much for.
But she sent the video, right?
Eventually she did, but it wasn't until the backlash. So back on the Sniper Wolf thing, like back on the whole, if they truly cared, they would take the time. She didn't even take it like a couple of minutes out of her. She could be like wake up or like getting ready for bed or whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter what it is. You'd be sitting on your phone taking a shit or whatever, and you can quick wipe, make a video. It doesn't take much to do that. Like it really does not. Especially when it's like, if it were me, if I ever got to the point in my content career where someone that was dying, their wish was to meet me or have me acknowledge them, I would do everything I could to do that. Because like, what the fuck? Like you think me, of all the people that you want as your dying wish to meet, you want to meet me? Okay. Like, yeah, man, that's easy. Of course, I'll do that for you. And I would do that. I really would. But like, she is like, I don't need to fucking do that. And she does not have a good reputation. She never really did. Like a lot of, like she's, like any content creator, they will have haters. And I know if the day comes when this grows to be bigger than it is now, there's going to be we're going to have haters.
If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right, which is why I'm like, no one hates me. And I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. Because I don't have haters.
Well, I don't think you're at the threshold of the requirement.
You mean
basically.
notoriety?
No, of where like if you don't have haters, it's seen as a bad thing. You have to like reach a certain level to where you're like you don't have any haters, something's wrong. You know what I mean?
I guess that's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I do have haters and I don't even know it.
Probably.
But at the same time, I'm like...
The ones that watch for 10 seconds and like, it's fucking trash.
Yeah, and I'm sure I got plenty of that. Because, yeah.
All the ones that watched our clip and then didn't watch the podcast. Fuckers.
Yeah, all those people that saw the clip didn't even think about, like, what's this podcast about? Yeah. I'm just like, my efforts are fruitless.
Well, sort of. You also don't post much other content like that for people to find us.
Yeah. Let's see, Dustin Diamond, stage 4 small cell carcinoma.
Did he smoke?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, he smoked.
Don't smoke, people.
And that is the end of the topics today.
My grandma had 2 strokes, and she continues to smoke. I'm like, this is kind of how we got here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. She's like, I don't know why I've had these strokes. I'm like, you smoke a lot. Like, you are at the highest risk of getting a stroke because you smoke a lot.
And she continued. I'm like, what are we doing here? She makes no sense.
With my thyroid condition, like, apparently being a smoker would make things much worse for me. But
Did you used to be a smoker?
No,
you're a dipper. That's right.
I used to dip. I smoke cigars once in a great while, but like that's it. Like once, like when I go camping, I'll bring cigars with me and smoke them then. But like I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes.
Do you like Cubans?
No, Cubans are the worst. I could tell you why they're the worst.
No, that's okay.
Why do you have Cubans?
I do.
Sorry, buddy. I don't like Cubans. The
cigars. Just so we're clear.
The Cuban cigars. I don't like Cuban cigars.
Just so we're clear here. Someone's got to clip that and be like, I don't like
my
Cubans. Post it somewhere.
Here's my breakdown of why Cuban cigars are not good. So when it comes to like tobacco and growing in crops in general, you're supposed to rotate your crops, otherwise the crop will deplete the land.
We've talked about this.
What?
I specifically remember you mentioning this.
Did I talk about it here?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. I know we mentioned it because
we're gonna circle back anyway. So
it's like a historical.
All the major Cuban tobacco growers have moved to Central America because the soil there is rich with nutrients, and they know how to actually rotate crops. The problem with Cuban cigars are now bad because the filler tobacco, because there's 2 tobaccos when it comes to a cigar. There's the wrap, which is a tobacco leaf in itself, and then there's the filler, which is like the shredded tobacco that they put into it. But the soil in Cuba has been depleted of most of its nutrients because no crop rotation. So when Cuban cigars were good, yeah, the land was still rich with nutrients in the soil, so like the plants obviously were great. But now because it's not so good, like all the good cigars now are from Central America. So like Nicaraguan cigars are the best ones now. If you go look at Cigar Aficionado, if you look at all of the top rated cigars, like the top 10 cigars, every single one of them, I guarantee you, if not at the least maybe about 7 or 8 of them, are all Nicaraguan fill with Cuban wrap. Now Cuban tobacco will be used in the wrapping, but it won't be used in the filler. That's a very common thing now. So like all the cigars that you get will have a Cuban wrap but Nicaraguan filler.
So I wonder if the definition of Cuban cigar
is Cuban filler
is changed.
No, Cuban cigars are Cuban wrap with Cuban filler.
Because there's a lot of different brands for Cuban cigars, but they all fall under Habana. I think it's Habana, yeah. They're the monopoly overarching true Cuban brand.
Probably, I don't know.
But there's a bunch of different brands, and they don't all taste the same.
I want to get I want to get a cigar for this Scotch that fucking Butch sent me.
Because I have some Cubans from
Smokehead,
Israel, and Greece right now. I smoked the other ones.
Yeah, I had a Cuban when I was in Europe, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like, but they're not the same though. They have the Habana overall label, but they're not the same.
Either way,
brand.
Like, it just wasn't nearly as good. And like compared to, I've had other cigars that were like Nicaraguans are my favorite. Like those ones are really good. Cubans just are not the same. They're not even on the same level. Cubans, you'll never see Cuban cigars in the top for.
I just wonder
cigars.
if it's because of different brands that like they're from different areas.
People desire Cubans because of the embargo.
There's not an embargo anymore.
Not anymore, no. But when there was,
yeah, people want what they can't have.
Yeah, people want what they can't have, and then they get it. And they're like, "This is ass," but it's all about the taboo of it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's all the appeal is. It's just it's illegal. You can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, fucking meth is legal, but it's horrible. Anyway, so you got anything else you want to add?
On my last episode, I have one more. On my overall last episode, or last in-person episode, I have one more host story.
When is your final episode going to be?
Not next weekend. The weekend. It's gonna have to be the weekend after next weekend.
Oh, so after. Okay, cool. So,
It might have to be during the middle of the week though, because I might be technically gone that weekend. After the 26th, it's a Wednesday. Is when I'll be gone.
the only day that I'll have is a Wednesday because I have morning class and nothing else after that.
I can probably do it on a Wednesday, but like, because I
Will
check
you
out
have
of
duty
my,
that day or no?
No, I check out of my command next Wednesday, the 12th.
When do you leave?
The 26th,
Which
or
is?
like that night or whatever, which is the week I think after next week.
So your final episode would have to be in the middle of the week.
Yeah,
So what about that Wednesday?
I'm looking at
Which will be the
calendar.
18th.
So next week.
No.
No. So two weeks from for this Wednesday, because the 19th is the Wednesday after. Okay. So the weekend of the 22nd, Saturday, is the 22nd.
Yeah.
That could be my last episode, and that could be my going away night too.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. When the fuck are we doing a going away thing for you?
Yeah, that would have to be it.
We could do an early episode as a goodbye, and then we could go do our own thing after that.
That'd be cool.
I'm down for that. Well, anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, which
Like the video.
we've said that already, but we're going to say it again. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow the links to follow the Twitch, follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok,
And the Discord.
and definitely the Discord. Discord's going to be your best bet to get any of the news for any giveaways or any other announcements that I have to make when it comes to the podcast or any future content from that point on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'm sorry it was NFT heavy, but that's just the way the crumble cookies. And I said that backwards on purpose.
I think there are crumble cookies though.
I know there is. We covered a lot of topics.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I didn't get them to type them out.
Sorry, but there was a lot of topics, and we still made it in 2.5 hours.
Hey.
So
I think it's because, you know what I've noticed?
What?
I've noticed that since we've been video recording, we've stayed on topic more.
We have to, because no one wants to watch a 4-hour episode.
But naturally though, we tend to stay on topic more when we're video recording than when we were just audio recording.
Yeah.
Because I have noticed that. Because I'll go back and listen to some of the older episodes sometimes, because they're fun. They're funny. And
Do you think maybe us not doing that has affected the channel, has affected our content when it comes to podcasts?
it's made it less clippable.
Yeah, I know.
Less clippable moments, because we're not as I don't know what it is about it and why it's different, truly.
Honestly, part of it has to do with the fact that I've been told many times that no one wants to see the rest of that stuff. We want what you're...
The topic, stay on the topic,
staying on topic. They want that. They
Which
want to
is
watch
fair.
that. It is fair. But
I just noticed we naturally do it, though.
I know.
We just stay on topic more.
I think I'm going to change it to where we do like an episode every 3 episodes where we just fuck off.
It's random.
Because honestly,
episodes.
like as much as I love some of the topics, we'll put a couple of topics in, but I'll keep the topics very minimal.
Yeah.
So that way we can have fun. I like having fun. I know that I don't want to make a long ass video because it's a bitch for uploading, it's a bitch for editing, but you know what? At the same time, I like the fun episodes too, because the fun episodes.
Last week was probably one of my top favorites.
Yeah, last
after I
week
watched
because it was fun. We didn't.
hilarious.
We talked about a couple of things, but we recapped on all the bullshit, which I cannot wait for the fucking end of the year. We're not even a month into the new year. We've already talked about the bullshit that's about to happen for the rest of the year.
And if you watch the year in review or listen to it, you need to watch it to truly get the full flavor and hilarity out
You
of
can
it.
either watch it on YouTube or watch it on Spotify.
Facts.
Because you can't find the episodes on anything else except Spotify and YouTube now.
Yep, but the video is on both. But I'm saying you got to watch it because, like, me, you, and her visuals and the facial reactions on this one makes it so much funnier.
Oh yeah, seeing it and hearing it is one thing. But anyway, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of your night.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, baby girls. Have a good rest of your weekend. Actually, no, it'll be Wednesday when you see this. So have a good rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you in the next one.
Yes, we will.
Bye.